Jumpy, are you all right?
Hey, what are you two doing?
Come on, are you coming?
What do you mean to do to us?
Try using your brain first.
All of the cards are in hand.
Holy shit, this is nuts. Let me show you.
How are you feeling? I am Zero the Third, the king of this kingdom!
I'm plenty friendly.
Hold on a minute. That is the truth.
Am I? How can I forget?
Then how do I take it
What
off?
makes you so sure?
Hello?
What the hell happened to me?
Jumpy, are you all right?
Hey, what are you two doing?
Come on, are you coming?
What do you mean to do to us?
Try using your brain first.
All of the cards are in hand.
Holy shit, this is nuts. Let me show you.
How are you feeling? I am Zero the Third, the king of this kingdom!
I'm plenty friendly.
Hold on a minute. That is the truth.
Am I? How can I forget?
Then how do I take it
What
off?
makes you so sure?
Hello?
What the hell happened to me?
Jumpy, are you all right?
Hey, what are you two doing?
Come on, are you coming?
What do you mean to do to us?
Try using your brain first.
All of the cards are in hand.
Holy shit, this is nuts. Let me show you.
How are you feeling? I am Zero the Third, the king of this kingdom!
I'm plenty friendly.
Hold on a minute. That is the truth.
Am I? How can I forget?
Then how do I take it
What
off?
makes you so sure?
Hello?
What the hell happened to me?
Jumpy, are you all right?
Hey, what are you two doing?
Come on, are you coming?
What do you mean to do to us?
Try using your brain first.
All of the cards are in hand.
Holy shit, this is nuts. Let me show you.
How are you feeling? I am Zero the Third, the king of this kingdom!
I'm plenty friendly.
Hold on a minute. That is the truth.
Am I? How can I forget?
Then how do I take it
What
off?
makes you so sure?
Hello?
Alrighty, yep, we are Maker's on. Whoa. Hey, how's it going, pal? You just got to mint chip ruler and Splatfest. That's my goal for the day. Done. Nice. Is ruler the highest thing you can get in Splatoon or Splatfest? So remember, it was it vanilla, mint chip? Was the other one? Was it like strawberry ice cream or something? Then it's just +1 +2. Right. Strawberry. Strawberry's fine. Mint chip. Out of those three, absolute best. I'm surprised that I actually can see a fair few people going for strawberry. Vanilla is vanilla, isn't it? It's like the base. Just a bit. It's fine. Anyway, Sai, how are you? How's your weekend been? How have you been getting on with Marvel? Because now you got the level 100 on the Thursday. Vanilla over mint over strawberry. Really? Fair enough. I thought mint would have been right up there as well. Bye. Oh, we're all about the VLR of the day. Do you remember everything that happened last week? And if you can find proper good vanilla, like, I don't dislike it, it's nice. It's just very plain. Although vanilla is the best for adding like the kind of is it still base ice cream? Aye. It's nice with the, I can't remember what it's called. It's like magic chocolate sauce. Really, it's just chocolate sauce, but it hardens onto it, and it always tastes really good. Kind of like, trying what else it tastes like. I don't know. Kind of like Easter egg chocolate, kind of thing. It's really nice. Easter egg chocolate's the best. Anyway, I'm gonna get up your sidetrack while this food. Saying a float. Floats are, yeah, they're okay. Vanilla ice cream with a cream soda. It's alright. I'm not the biggest fan of floats. I'd rather just have the ice cream with the sauce over it. No, excuse me. Just me having the chat right this second. I'm absolutely fine with that, Si. If I can speak. Sorry. Actually, no, it might be better. Water. Ah, right. That'll work. A lot better than fizziness. Bye. Floats are fine. They'll just, I think I'd rather have, if I was going to have it in my glass, I'd rather have a sundae with like all the extra bits in it. Bye. So vanilla, if it has the chocolate sauce on it, maybe a bit of fruit sometimes. Got into it quite shortly after the stream. I'm missing the picture. Proud of you. So is that it for like that season then? Like you don't get that chance until the new season kicks in? Oh. We're a different deck as the last game. So it needs just a wee switch up. But it worked for you. Season's only a month. That's like a couple of weeks. So that'd be like a couple of weeks to build the deck for the next season. And conquest prizes to gain. Well, now that that's out of the way, just focus totally on the prizes. Build that deck up, get the shinies in. Or the rares, and I don't know how it works. If it's like a card game, so get the rares in, the shinies and all that kind of thing. I'm trying to remember what happened last week. Last week is when we started building the knowledge, restarting points. So we got to the PC, we don't know password yet. And that always changes due to new cards each week. And balance changes every fortnight or so. Okay. I suppose that keeps it, that I suppose stops for like paying to win, I suppose. But like, you've got this like absolutely amazing deck and then that's it. It's a really good idea. It's a lot of work. Like, weekly and fortnightly changes. So, we got to the password bit. We got to one ending section. One and just over 100. One and just... Doesn't take a lot then, does it? That keeps it fresh, keeps it good. Anyway, VLR. So, we got to one, like, section where we got to the password, a laptop or computer, we need password. We don't have that, which means we need to go back. Do you know what would make a lot more sense? If we do this, continue from here. Yeah, I was going to look through the chart, but it's just went right back to the start for me. I can't skip either. There we go. Oh, wait.
How the hell am I supposed to know?
Right, so the flow chart. To this section, which is where the computer is, we don't have the password. So we went back to this one and we betrayed. So that was where we betrayed I was going to call her Jin, it's not her name, Luna, which led to the ending. Oh, there we go, Luna, game over 1. Which led to the ending where Tenmyouji finds Quark, who has like the 9 points. I just realised I don't have any of my jewellery on. Oh well. That I don't know, I couldn't remember. Okay. Couldn't remember. So shh. Anyway. So Tenmyouji turns up Quark. Quark's got the 9 points, goes out, everyone did. Presumably. They're locked in there forever, so. And then we took this route. Interesting with this one, that the thing that was used to inject Luna, like Alice and Luna still dead. The thing that was used to inject Luna was found on Dio. No one accused them for some reason, but we're just going to bypass that bit completely. Did a puzzle, got to here, chose to ally with Kay. Kay fucked us over to get 9 points, and totally understandably so, with his reasoning being, all the people dying here, I don't want to stick around, goodbye. And you're like, you know what? I can't actually argue with that, so cool. But we have this section to look at. This is where we're going to betray Kay. And you don't get any points if both betray, if I remember right. I think you lose points if someone betrays you and you ally. And you get points for both allying, but you don't get anything. So I think after this vote, Quark's still going to have 9. Wherever he is. Don't actually know where he is. Many case points just aren't going to change. I think that was when I was paired up with Alice at this point. So it's just me that needs to vote. So, if we jump to here. Oh, okay, well, we're starting kicking off with the vote straight away. Makes that a bit easier.
30
Just
seconds remain until Ambidex game polling.
we can skip all this, blah 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 blah. Betray. Locked in. Betrayed Kay. Kay's gonna come out and be annoyed, and we're gonna be like, excuse me, you also betrayed.
Results from round 2. Please start.
Oh, I can't skip a spix, it's on you. So Alice is dead, Luna's dead, Quark's missing. Betray. Boom. So that should just be 0. Cool. Betray. Oh right, Quark still got his... Well, Luna's dead, she can't do anything, she's going to automatically ally. So Quark again is the only one with 9. I'm on 5. 5's on 5. And I've got 6, 6, 6. I got everyone. Well, except Luna, she can't really do anything. Yep. Cool. So, everyone's betrayed. There's going to be a lot of pissed off people. Exactly. All one I didn't is because they couldn't. So you picked Betray.
Leading to a draw, it would seem.
Mm-hmm. You don't feel bad about it or anything?
I could ask the same of you.
Okay. Move on for that question then. Okay, yeah, I guess that's fair.
That you would choose ally.
I thought you would choose ally. If I had, then you would have had 9 BP right now, wouldn't you? And you would have fucked off. Nice try, but I'm not going to let you get here that easily.
As I told you before, even if I were to reach 9 BP, I would not necessarily leave immediately.
Liar.
I might choose to wait until everyone else had also reached 9 BP.
Might should, but you didn't. You fucked off, didn't you? He's a really good liar. Yep, well, I considered that. Didn't seem likely.
Then you do not trust me.
Nope.
No need to apologize. Trust must be earned in a game like
Wasn't
this.
gonna. See, because he likes me in Among Us. He's like, he lies like me in Among Us. Yeah. Oops. Says guy, don't trust him, so he betrayed me. So I just aren't actual lies, then trying to figure out what's true and what's not. Like, potentially I wouldn't leave, but misses it a bit. Potentially I would. No stupid as K.
Indeed. Clearly, I don't deserve to be trusted.
Honesty is refreshing, but that's really not the brightest move.
So you chose Betray too, huh?
Yep.
You just picked ally out of 9 BP right now.
Why on earth would I have done that? There's no way Clover would have chosen Ally when you had a chance to betray her and get to 9 BP.
Yeah, no one's trusting you, Dale.
Are you an idiot or something?
Bunch of smartasses.
So you chose Betray?
Of course. Luna's
bracelet
is already off.
Of course. Els, how you doing, pal? Are things, how has your weekend been?
No risk of a penalty for her now. That brings Quark's BP up to 9.
Quark's still missing. Fuck knows where he is.
Are you worried that he might try and get out? Well, if he were to do so, the rest of us would be trapped here.
I'm not even sure if... Oh wait, Quark is alive. He just passed out somewhere.
Bet you're all pretty happy he isn't here right now, aren't you?
Just playing the Splatfest, trying to take your mind off things. Els, I'm sorry to hear that. Not about the Splatfest thing. But, important question. Yeah, Sai's got it. What team? What are you going for? Chip. It's because you're Gudgeon. Els. You're Gudgeon. You Splatfest, you get that mint chip thing up. I don't really know how. Get to ruler. There we go. That's the aim. Get to ruler. We'll keep you entertained with this, don't you worry. Sai always has good opinions. Very true. Nobody's saying that.
Maybe you aren't saying it, but I know what you're thinking.
So Els, to catch up on this, just in 2 endings. One where Quark gets 9 PP, then Myoji takes him, just locks everyone up. Just a couple more to come the rightful ruler. Nice. You'll get that. Easy. Easily done. So one ending, Myoji takes Quark, fucks off for the 9 points. Another ending, K fucks us over, gets 9 points, leaves. This route, we fucked over K and we both chose Betray, so no one's getting any points. Except Quark, who has 9 points, but he is still missing. So, don't know what's going to happen. Voting's done.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 3 of the Ambidex game will be the star
Simply,
round.
oh, absolutely not. See the reasonings. Tim goes just like, I'm not gonna, like, he needs help and I need to leave and take him with me. And you're like, fair, cool. Kay's reasoning was, 2 people are dead. Any one of you could be the killer. I really don't want to stick around and find out. And you're like, I'll stick around and be killed. You're also like, I can't actually argue with your logics. It's shit because no one else is getting it, but I don't blame you. Systematical Sundays! Zarek, how's it going, pal? How is your weekend treating you? Just missed his betray Kay. Well, we both betrayed each other, so Quark again is only on 9 points, but still missing. It's not like his group of friends or something, so the betrayal is kind of like, exactly. Everyone's strangers here.
Star keys are required
Star
to open
keys.
the gates. There is no set limit on usage of the star keys. The Ambidex gates can be opened as many times as the players wish to open them.
As many times as we want. That means we can play the AB game over and over using those star keys. And everyone could get 9 points if everyone trusted each other.
So it would seem.
Alright, well, where do we find them?
Play the shit at Phoenix, right? Nice. The only problem is the game is to end. It can go on a bit. Good game though. Doing good, doing good. Looking forward to this all weekend, not gonna lie.
Beyond the next set of chromatic doors.
So we've got another puzzle to look forward to. We've got another puzzle to look forward to. Which is going to annoy all yous. Case 5. Is case 5 not the last case? So this is like the big case. Putting all your skills to use.
You found them already?
So you guys, take a look at the map. There's 3 white doors in the Flow B warehouse.
Doors, huh? Maybe that's where Quark went.
Could be, man. Could be.
The warehouse
They never
on
actually
floor B,
saved.
you said?
Never actually saved where we found Quark. Yeah, we never went through them until they open. 1:21. Oh, an hour 21. Okay, not a minute. The last of the first game. I have to use all your detective skills.
Damn. We will need to form groups of colors that can make white.
Time we had a look at all our colors then.
Let's. Looks like I'm a blue
I'm
solo.
a magenta. Pear.
As am I.
You and me, huh? Better than Dio, I guess.
You say something?
What color are you?
I'm a green solo. What's with the side?
Forget about it.
What about you?
Cyan, pear.
Cyan pear.
I'm a cyan pear
Cyan
too.
pear. No clue. Don't know. Them usually did find them but refused to tell us because we betrayed Luna, so you're like, okay,
Alice and
fair
Luna's
enough.
bracelets have changed as well. Both of them are yellow pears.
Then what colour is
He's a
Quark?
red solo. In order to open the white doors, you'd normally need, say, red, blue, and green.
So those can't go together.
That's why the pairs are magenta, yellow, and cyan. Magenta is a mix of red and blue. Yellow is a mix of red and green. Cyan is a mix of blue and green. So if you
Yeah.
combine magenta with green, you get white. And so on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay then. We just need to get to the floor B warehouse when I'll be taking off then.
Where do you think you're going?
Anywhere that isn't here. Hanging out with a murderer? Doesn't sound like a good time to me.
The guy who insists on splitting up is usually the first to bite it.
I mean,
And then again, loners often turn out to be killers.
so basically, if you leave, you'll die. If you go by yourself, you're the killer.
So what are you getting at, old man? You think I killed him?
Yes.
Well, maybe, maybe not. But you're pretty damn suspicious.
You trying to start something, you wrinkled old piece of...
Knock it off. We don't actually know which one of us is the killer, do we? I still think it's Dio.
We have no evidence of that, no. But we do know that Zero Senior is one of us, and there is an excellent chance that Zero Senior and the killer are one and the same.
Still with the laugh house. I did test that earlier to see does it actually cycle, and it played different each time I tested it. So I think it's just you that gets the laugh. There we go, there's another one. Then why did he kill Alice and Luna now? If Zero Senior wanted any of us dead, he could have done it way before this. Designated evil Dio by stream. Seems like it. I don't know why. It just doesn't change for you. Oh, I don't know. Unconscious, for instance. I missed one. Zero Senior wanted any of this, he could have done it way before this. Cool. Hell's codename, Laughing Dio. What's the point of setting up this whole game just to kill us off 2 participants halfway through?
Then are you saying there's another person in here somewhere?
It's possible. I think it might be a good idea for us all to look for the killer. We've got 8 minutes to spare, so...
Well, we gain nothing by standing around here. Yeah, I've got to find Quark, and soon.
If we're going to search, we should go in pairs this time.
How are we going to put up?
I'm not going with Kay. If he decides he feels like snapping me in half, there's not a whole hell of a lot I can do about it.
I'll go with anyone besides Dio.
I don't want to go with Dio either.
Fine. He's hardly my first choice, but I'll take Dio.
Oh well! He had 4 Doug outside to pee in the rain last night. Well, Doug insists on, only peeing outside. Can't know much about it. By the way, sorry, I meant to say, I took your advice and added a new emote. Can't actually really make it her angry face, but
What the hell?
she's angry. What advice? The emote advice. That's the same as what we did to Danny, at least for Doug. But forced him outside.
Just figured that this way we don't have to make this into a huge argument. Besides, I'm gonna be stuck with you once we go through the chromatic doors anyway. No reason to put it off.
Els, gem man, 6 months. But that's still a deal one. I knew I added another one. But thank you so much, Els. That's massive appreciated. 6 months of your sub, which means. Oh wait, did I put that as a follow on or? Oh wait, no. You get to use the buy one as well. Yeah, I think I might put just the head, so I can enlarge it and make it a bit more obvious as to what it is.
I will go with Sigma. Would you prefer someone else?
Guess you're okay. Yeah, let's go with Kay, who we just betrayed each other.
Yep.
Looks like we're all
We'll
set.
take the cyan door on floor A and the blue door on floor B.
All right, Clover and I'll take the magenta door and the red door.
So we're taking the yellow and the green doors. Once we're all done, let's meet in floor B warehouse.
See you later then.
Now, if Phi turns up dead, it's more than likely going to look like it's Dio. The infirmary. Don't think I've got to look through this one before. it would be too obvious if someone goes missing. But then it depends how smart the killer is. If they're not that smart, someone's going to end up dead. Would it? Going to find out. There's no one in the infirmary, no Quark, and no killer, at least as far as I can see.
There is someone here, technically at least.
Oh yeah.
The old woman.
She was lying silently on the bed furthest away from us. If it weren't for the bloodstains on her chest and arm, her peaceful expression would have fooled most people into thinking she was just asleep. The blood had dried and darkened and now looked like any other stain. That was when I noticed it. Never focused on that before. Yeah, we know Dio took the injection thing, even not on this timeline. No, it was this timeline that he took it. But no one mentioned it when we found Luna with the injection gun next to her, which just annoyed me. So we do know he took it in this timeline, but no one seems to care. He's a major arsehole, but I don't think he's stupid. Could be. He could be. But this applies a bracelet.
It seems remarkably clean.
Yeah, for some reason there's no blood in this part.
Maybe she had something on her wrist. A watch, perhaps.
Or...
Yes, it was likely removed after she was killed. That would account for the lack of blood splatter on her wrist.
a watch, eh? Looks like it's kind of wide for a watch. Almama's watch is usually thinner.
You raise a good point. Perhaps it was some kind of jewelry?
You mean like a bracelet or something? Which part else? Why didn't I see it sooner? This is the same size and shape as our bracelets. It's exactly the same width.
Then that would mean...
She was wearing a bracelet when she was killed. Not even just generally ours, because it's me. We need to be very specific. She was a participant, so that means that someone here isn't necessarily a participant.
Are you sure?
Do you mean... How do I think I can spell his name? What? What? Emoji. Oh, can't. Right. Emoji. Okay. Sorry, Isles. What happened in the other timeline of, like, this run? Let me just... Oh wait, it wouldn't be this run. The last run, when he found Quark. What do you mean? Jibbles near Duplicates. Idiot. Something very specific Temiyoshi did when he went to the rec room. Oh. Searching, but it's no coming to me. What did he do in the rec room? Wait. It's probably the one in the far left. This one. I don't know why I'm clicking on these to actually tell us anything. So he did. That was Temiyoshi that did that. So he spritzed this with a luminol. Fuck. You know what? I'm just going to write that down because that seems like something I should need to remember. The luminol. Luminol! Bill wanted to do it to one part of you, which was the wrist. Or the hand. There is a lot going on. I'm surprised I've remembered everything I have done so far. But yeah, sprayed it in the wrist. See if there was any blood splatter. Spatter? Splatter. Blood spatter. He hasn't done that with this timeline though. So we need to keep an eye out for that. Just gonna write that down as Temioji uses Luminol Green Door. Definitely figured something out.
This old woman, a player in the nonary game.
Okay, something wrong?
No. If you're correct, then where did the thief hide the stolen bracelet?
Splatter and spatter, I think, are different from where they go to how they're sprayed. Right. I just don't know which. I don't know which. There's blood. That's all we need to know. There's blood. Should do it on. He goes through the red room. The rec room. On tights. It's blood spatter analysis. So that must mean blood spatter is the stuff that goes up the wall, like somebody swipes somebody with a blade and it just sprays up. Oh, who knows? Who knows?
We were quite thorough during our earlier search, but I know that I saw nothing, and none of the others reported finding a bracelet either.
That means they've been holding on to it this whole time. They've probably still got it. I don't really understand what you're fully implying, Els. No. Obviously. So I wasn't sure if tights was a spelling mistake. So I don't know. It's something, but we are going to figure it out. I say we. Roots. Right. Should do it on Roots. He goes through the rec room. I simply got a spell. Okay. Don't know if we have a map. Do we have a map? The map does not tell me what the rooms are, which is very, very unhelpful. No. It's been a puzzle for us. Got enough of them. Enough of them.
That would seem likely.
If they'd been carrying it around, the sensors and the chromatic doors would have picked up. Without the right combination of bracelets, the secondary door would never have
So our
opened.
suspect is not only a killer and a thief, but a skilled imposter as well.
What you're saying?
After killing the old woman, they put on her bracelet.
Possibly.
In fact, it is entirely possible they are wearing it still. Yes, that would make sense.
That would make the most sense to me. Six game station makes you supposed to be Gibraltar. It's hard enough. Zarek, Els, just don't.
Yes.
Some of the probably wearing it.
Correct.
Somebody purposely put it on.
Do you remember what Zero Jr. told us? Something about how the bracelet will come off if the wearer's heart stops. I don't recall the exact words, but in any event,
That's pretty much
once
it.
the old woman had died, her bracelet would have detached, allowing the killer to easily collect it.
So, right, if this theory's true, right, and this woman was wearing the bracelet and it came off and someone put it on, does that mean it's reset so then they're still at risk of being injected? Or, like, because it's fell off the real participant and someone is a fake participant, that they wouldn't actually get injected? So now I think what Temioji was really looking for. If we spray luminol, then there wouldn't be... So if Temioji's spraying someone who he thinks is an imposter, and... Oh, the bracelet will still kill them. Okay. But if Temioji's spraying the bracelets, right, and they've took that off someone, presumably they'll have wiped the blood off. So he's looking for blood on the actual bracelet, not on the hands themselves. It doesn't check who's wearing it, just if someone's wearing it. Okay, cool. But there we go. Get me getting that theory correct. It's only took us how many streams of these games? So if Tenmyoji finds a bracelet with blood on it, that's the person presumably who kills that person. Probably theirs. Who was with you when you done it? I think it was Fi that was with us when Tenmyoji sprayed us, and that came back with nothing. So why would we need to kill the lady? Assuming to well, the initial reason is to obviously pretend like they're a participant, but I'm not really sure why they would do it at all. Huge Phil. Big Phil. We're going to have to just repetify his Phil for now on. Big Phil. Oh, sorry, I was... Hi, Mitchell. Yeah, we don't know Fi's surname, but Fi's surname from now on is Mitchell. Sorry, this is just the lore you've created. So it's Sigmund Big Fi Mitchell.
So that they could participate in the nonary game, I imagine.
It's new lore, exactly.
I suspect the killer was someone who was not originally intended to be a participant. For whatever reason, however, they were willing to go to great lengths to ensure that they were. To that end, they killed the old woman, who was one of the original participants, and took her place.
Hold on. Someone who desperately wants to be part of the games. Could it be Tenmyoji? Because if I don't even know how we would know that Quark's part of it. If Quark is actually his grandson, then he would have done anything and everything to get in there. Because if he's figured this out and sprayed, then it doesn't look like it's him. But then why it would keep it to himself then, surely, rather than just go around spraying everybody. Yeah, that's not a good theory. I went from figuring out a theory to just talking absolute mince, didn't I? Yeah, you wouldn't tell people. Let's just erase that theory, okay? Never mind.
That?
Just to do that. Yeah, a good theory, but apart from the glaringly obvious. Someone really wants to be here, but I can't figure out who that would be.
I have no idea.
Unless Quark is just a wee serial killer and knew his granddad was going to be there. So he's like, I'll happily kill that old woman just so I could be here. This is correct. Someone here wasn't meant to be here, so you can rule out a few people by default. Well, it seems like Tenmyoji, Sigma, and Fi so far. If Tenmyoji has a deal, then he doesn't really need to kill anybody again, unless that was the deal. But then that leads back to why would he be using Luminol? The killer really hit where a hat like Quark does. Zarek, I think they would. It's a big hat. Lots of space to be keeping those like compartments in the side. You can hide plenty of weapons in there. Smart. That's why I don't trust Dio. Big hat. A lot of stuff can be kept in there.
Certainly they must have a goal of some sort. You would have to be mad to choose to come here.
There's only one person you can guess is definitely meant to be here. I don't know why Clover would be put through a third game. Also, don't think She's gonna purposely put herself through this for a third time. Yeah.
But as to what that goal
We'll
is,
figure that out as
and
we
how
go.
the killer intends to achieve it, I'm afraid I do not have even speculation.
It's
Have
interesting.
you noticed something?
It's blood over the lady's arm except for right here. Since that's where the bracelet was, then the bracelet the killer stole should have blood on it.
Right.
But none of us is wearing a bloody bracelet.
Sigma, please tell me you're kidding. The killer would have, of course, wiped the blood off.
Yeah.
Only a fool would walk around with a bracelet covered in blood.
So you're saying they cleaned it?
Yes. Have you discovered
My
something?
seriously, I thought that was where the conversation was going to go. Luminol. I know how to identify the killer. Just need some of that luminol. And to put the lights out. Doesn't matter how well they cleaned it, there should be some traces of blood left. Tell you more in details I've figured out. Very much appreciate that, Els.
Aha, I see. That could very well work. We should have everyone gather in the rec room then. That is where the luminol was, I believe.
Yep, first we need to finish looking for Quark. Still got the infirmary and everything beyond the green door. Once we're done with that, we can head back to the lobby to meet up with everyone
Understood.
else.
Shall we go then?
Right, so we need to go searching lobby. I can't remember if crap, no, the luminol is in the rec room. I think that was the last puzzle we did. I don't know if we've still got it on us. Can't skip these bits. You know what I didn't do? Just get that crystal maze tune for these bits. See those here too.
The same as what we found on the other side of the blue door.
But one of them's locked. Two of them are already unlocked.
So it does. The center and rightmost doors both say open. Perhaps the layout here is different.
Whatever, let's take the door on the right first. Can't remember what the door on the right was. The Golem Bay. So presumably if the same kind of solution was found. It wasn't though.
That looks like a workbench of some sort.
Maybe, but it's all work. Well, here to find Quark, not looking at a workbench. Go check out the far end. Nothing, he's not here. Okay, how's it going over there? Golem's not there though. Mr. Lad, that's right. Got him right here. He's gonna be here forever. Okay, can you hear me? Kay was bent over with his back to me, peering underneath the thing that looked like a workbench. The hell? I walked towards him as I spoke. Hey man, what's going on here?
Oh, nothing.
Bent down and saw he was staring at something that appeared to be a safe. He was pointing the PNG, he was pointing at heaven. Pointing at the PNG as it's on its way up to heaven.
Yes.
Empty. Was there something in there before?
It was empty when I found it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Was it? Was it really? What are you doing staring at an empty
I
safe?
was thinking. Specifically, I was thinking about who opened this safe.
Wouldn't that have been the team that went through the green door? Yep, this was where the key was in the first run through. I can't remember who was it who took the key. It was Fire Alice. I think it was Dio, Fire, and Clover.
No, that's unlikely.
So if they left it, yeah, Kay's got it.
When we met up with Dio, he told us that he had been in the treatment center.
Big Phil took the
The
key.
nameplate on the store says this is the Golem Bay, however.
Just saying they didn't go here.
I believe that is the case, which, as you can see, is why
Someone
I was
was here.
puzzled.
Tried to unlock it, but it jammed. Yep, that was when everyone died.
If Dio, Phi, and Clover did not open the safe, who did?
Well, there's no point thinking about it. We should get back.
Yes, there was another unlocked door, wasn't there?
Yep, let's get moving then. So someone... When did he figure out about the key? He... as in K? Do you mean? No, I don't think he knows. Unless he hasn't said out loud if he knows. Because he made someone look at the back of his head. And one route. I don't think that was this route. They got someone to look at the back of his head.
This is the room that Dio visited.
It's all starting to merge in it. I mean, they don't know if it's in that safe. Obviously don't I Google anything, but if it's this route, it must have been us that they showed in. It's just odd because in this timeline, no one has been in that room. That's the weird thing. So Dio's been in this room, but no one's been in the Golem Bay. Until now, all the chromatic doors have led to a single room each. So why are the two rooms on the other side of the green door?
An excellent question.
We can talk to others later, I guess, and see if they know anything. Kay and I split up and began to look for places where Quark might have hidden, or small holes might have escaped through. If it's going to be anywhere, he's probably going to one of those beds. Need to go, cinema time. We're going to see Elementary. Oh, let us know how that is, Zarek. Hope you enjoy it. Have a good time at the pictures. But cheers for the good luck. But yeah, take care, pal. Hope you and the fam enjoy it. Aye, Zarek, see what you know here. There's less people to take pictures. Like, Sai and Els are going to have to up the game.
They must be the treatment pods Dio mentioned.
One's all covered with frost on the inside. I can't see in.
Shall we open it?
Yeah, those screens are glowing, so one of them must be able to be opened.
What?
There's Quark. With no bracelet. Shh. 2 seconds. Let me do this in order. I'm just going to double check what Elementary is. Oh, Elemental. It'll probably be not Elementary. Elemental's the new, is it Pixar? The new Disney film. Check the route names. So, what route names? So we've got Green Door. At the bottom. Like these ones. Do you mean? Yeah, those. So we've got Luna Game Over 1 and K Game Over. See the thing with finding Quark? So it happens on route K. Right, so he showed... So it is this route where he showed the head then. Because he was with us doing this escape room. Which was in the rec room. Alice was with us as well. So you've looked at the back of his head on this one. Right. So we've looked at the back of the head, so presumably K might have found the key for this, for his head. His helmet. Right, so we know about We know about the key shape, but we don't know about the key, which presumably Kay's got. If he was staring at that safe. So there was 2 keys, wasn't there? But the thing I was saying, unless you get when you weren't looking, that's the thing, if he was staring at it, and he knows about it, it could have been left behind. Like, if they looked at it and went, I don't know what this is, so we'll just leave it, presumably. Depends on who's been through here. But the thing I was thinking with Quark is, it doesn't necessarily mean he's dead. This cryo thing could have just slowed his heart rate down to the point where it might not have been detected, so the bracelet could have just fell off. So he might still be alive.
Hold on, Sigma. Calm down. Look at his chest. Can you...
There we go. Never mind. I quickly pressed a finger at Quark's wrist. It was faint, but his heartbeat was there. He's alive. He's alive!
What a relief. I'm so glad to know he's safe.
The boy lives. I laughed out loud and grabbed Kay in a bear hug, or at least as much as one as I could manage. He patted me in the back and shared what I thought might have been a relieved chuckle. If he's still alive, why is his bracelet off? Zero Jr. said it would only come off when you died.
Perhaps Zero Senior took it off? I
Maybe.
have no idea.
Why? And maybe Zero Senior brought Quark here and put him in this pod thing too. Right, so someone's dumped him in here. Either to slow his heart rate and get his bracelet, or Zero Senior took it off. But someone has a bracelet with 9 BP, and we've all split up, and it's neither of us, presumably, because Kay could have just knocked Sigma out and escaped. Someone's escaping, and whoever that person is probably the killer, because the other person's probably going to be dead. I think this must be we figure out who's the intruder. Must be. Even if we did, would have any way to know why.
This pod is for medical treatment. Perhaps Quark has contracted some sort of illness.
Sick? What's he got?
Well, how would I know that? In any event, we should return and let the rest of our companions know that we found Quark.
Yeah.
I imagine Tenmyoji in particular will be pleased.
Yeah. Only after the reveal I'll tell you how you can work out who it isn't, in theory. I look forward to that. Macbeth, do you think you can carry him, or...?
I believe it would be best to leave Quark here. As I mentioned, there is a chance he has fallen ill. If so, then removing him from the pod would be dangerous.
Yeah, probably safe to leave him now.
The treatment he is currently undergoing could be compromised. I'll close the pod's cover then. Is that alright?
Yeah, sure. Go for it. Actually, are you sure he's going to be alright? There's only one other person who can work out who can't be it.
What do you mean?
I don't even know how to figure that out. What happens if he wakes up? Can he open that thing on his own?
Fine. I noticed a lever inside that can be used to open the cover. So long as no one locks the pod, he should be able to leave whenever he wants.
Okay, but if someone locks him in, he's screwed.
Yes, that is what I said, but you needn't worry. You see? I have not engaged the lock.
Okay.
Now, we should return to the Floor B warehouse. I imagine the others are already there.
It was really... it's going to be like everything that's pointed out is really, really obvious, and I should have seen it. Right, let's go. Floor B or warehouse is what I mean. Yeah. Or warehouse B.
You're late.
Did we agree on a time?
You're one to talk. How much earlier did you get back again? I'd be surprised if you searched at all.
This is
Yeah. Clover and Tenmyoji still aren't back.
So, find anything?
Yeah, we sure did.
Well, go on, spill it.
We'd rather wait until the others turned up. I explained to them how we'd found Quark in the treatment center.
I see. Well, that's good to hear.
Little jerk, making us all worried.
There is more.
And that is?
There is still some cause for concern.
Just spit it out.
Quark may have contracted an illness of some sort. As such, he has been left in the treatment pod.
Will he be alright?
Yeah, he'll probably.
Do you even...
Whatever, at least we found him. Pretty lucky he's alive, too.
What do you mean by that?
I mean what I said, genius. I'm glad he's not dead, aren't you?
As equivocal as ever, I see.
How kind of you to say so.
So, was Quark all you found? The way you were talking made it sound like there was something else.
Yeah, I'll explain that after Temyoji and Clover get back. Probably best. Something I wanted to ask you about first though. When you went through the green door, did you search 2 different rooms?
2?
No, just the treatment center.
I see. Then what was the other one?
What do you mean, the other one?
You know where there's that intersection with 3 doors? Well, when Kay and I went there, 2 of the doors were unlocked. You guys unlocked the one that went to the treatment center when you went through the green door. But the other one...
Who could have opened it?
Don't look at me. I told you, we only opened the one that went to the treatment center.
Could it have been Zero Senior?
Someone.
So did you and Kay go through the other door? What was in there?
Nothing really.
It appeared to be some sort of room for servicing something.
That doesn't make any sense. So what the hell was whoever opened that door looking for?
Who knows? Temyoji and Clover are taking an awfully long time.
Temyoji and Clover are running rather late. Should we go and look for them?
Something I want to check
It's
first.
never easy with you, is it?
An extra door got unlocked by someone. We don't know who.
Let's get it over with.
So like, everyone, put out your wrist bracelets, say wristbands.
This is the rec room. Dio and I came here earlier when we were looking for Quark.
So why are we here?
Was there something here you needed to see?
I said nothing and instead made my way over to the cabinet. Inside was the luminol. I reached in, pulled it out and then headed to the light switch and flipped it. The room went dark and I headed back to where the others were still standing.
Whoa, what is this? You gonna start telling ghost stories or something?
Maybe. Why, you scared of ghosts?
You're kidding me, right?
Show me how brave you are. Stick out your bracelet. You too,
Our
Fi,
bracelets?
please. Yeah, I want to see the underside of them. I mean the side on the bottom. The side that doesn't have the display on it. Come on, you're really going to make me explain this?
I know what you mean. What I'm asking is what the hell you think you're...
Just do it, it's not hard.
Should I also participate?
No, you're fine, Kay. Your bracelet is a little different from ours. I'll join in just to make it fair. There was a brief moment of hesitation before Dio and Fi stuck at their arms. Yeah, there it is. It can't be Kay because his is built into his armour, obviously. Obviously. As soon as Sigma said it, you're like, of course it can't be Kay. so obvious. There was a brief moment of hesitation before Dio and Fi stuck at their arms. I held mine out as well, wrist pointed upward.
This okay?
Yep, just totally got for a moment. As fast as I could, I pulled the luminol from my pocket and sprayed it across all 3 of our wrists. Sigma, Kay, and Phil are innocent.
Cold. What the hell, man?
The ejectors unback with a shout. Don't see anything glowing. Fi's bracelet's clean. So is mine, of
That
course.
leaves only Dio.
Wait, what are you talking about?
I'll explain in a minute. Don't have a hair in my mouth. Something wrong? Just show it to me. Come on, Dio, we don't have time for
Oh, I
this.
have to do what you tell me to.
Because I'm trying to prove your innocence.
Like hell you are. I don't know what you're looking for. But you're not gonna find it on me.
Someone just grab his wrist and just show me your arm.
No, you don't get to order me around. I have rights.
Oh, your rights just don't exist in here, man. As he spoke, Dio made a break for the exit. Didn't get far.
I'm afraid I can't let you do that, Dio.
He spun around toward the other exit.
Right.
Stop him.
Don't know what you're talking about, but okay.
All three of us leapt at Dio. It's glowing! I knew it. Always rely on the laugh of you, Els. This bracelet's glowing. And that means...
Let me go! Get off of me, you fuckers!
Dio, you killed the old lady.
You don't understand. This is all some kind of a mistake. Shit.
Just what he wanted. I think it's amazing how Dio can be tackled by Kate and his hat still stays on.
What's going on here? I think it's about time you gave us the full story.
Dio's either... he's murdered someone, there's blood on it. So it's either that woman's... Actually, it kinda... that must be it. Because even if he stabbed Alice... blood would be in his hands. So Dio is the imposter. I'm more amazed they bothered to animate the time. I know. It's an odd choice, but... because the picture itself would have done. But, there we go. As quickly as I could, I explained to Fi what Kay and I had noticed on the old woman's wrist.
So the person
Why
with
is
the
it
bloody
that he's desperate to be here?
would have to be the person who killed her.
Exactly. Even if they'd wiped it off, I figured the luminol would still react to the blood. Looks like I was right. We've got you, Dio. You might as well confess. Well...
Alright, fine. You caught me. I did it. I killed the old bitch and took her bracelet.
why
Are
though?
you Zero?
Dio's just genitalia fucks. Well, because it's bodily fluid, it's not necessarily blood art. Can't say that we wanted to join in on the fun. The reason he's here.
I was under orders. I was sent here to do something.
Sent here.
Who gave you this order?
I'll die before I tell you.
That was nervous. So your orders were more important than Alice and Lona's lives.
Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Still works. Something to do when I was nervous. That still works as I am.
I killed the old lady, but that's it. I don't know anything about what happened to Alice and Luna.
I don't believe you. That wasn't you.
Tread carefully, Sigma. This man is not to be trusted. He has already shown he is willing to lie and kill.
Yep.
Come on, I'm telling the truth. You gotta believe me.
Even if we do
Do I?
believe you, you're still a killer. You just haven't killed as many people.
Exactly. He should be restrained somehow. If we leave him be, he may well kill again.
But where would you put him?
Is there a room we can lock or anything?
That is.
Perhaps we could put him in one of the treatment pods.
Mm-hmm.
Once we've locked it, he should be unable to escape.
Yep.
Hey, wait! I'll be good, I promise.
Yeah. Okay. I think I got something, Kay. Let's go with
Come
that.
on, please. Hey, listen to me.
We'll let you out when the white door's open. Someone's gonna need your bracelet to open the secondary door.
Don't fuck with me, you guys. There's no way in hell I'm going in that thing.
Don't think you've got a choice.
Let me go! God damn it! I told you assholes to let me go! You can't do this! Stop! Stop! Please stop! Please! No, you can't! Ah!
Oft. And yo. Wait, there was a clock on that, so does that mean it's timed? You might as well. I mean, the blood's on you. You've said, yeah, I killed her. So, done one murder before the game's even started. Aye, he's already killed somebody and he's like, but I didn't do that. This time I'm telling the truth. You're like, aye, okay. Just hold on whilst I believe that, eh?
I said open it, goddammit!
I don't think so.
You're gonna pay for this! When I get out of here, I'm gonna fucking end you!
Okay. So, I guess we figured out who the murderer was, and we found Quark.
Now all that's left to do is find Clover and Tenmyoji.
It's not necessarily guilty of killing Luna and Alice, and it can be yours for him at this point. Yeah, there's the only kind of evidence I can think that can point him towards killing Luna is the injection gun. That was what killed her, and we found that on him. Still not what killed Alice though.
Why don't we head back to the warehouse and start from there? They may have already returned.
Good point. Let's think, but there could be more than one. Oh, it's just. Then, actually, they've not even searched Dio, so it doesn't even matter if they found it on him or not. Still no Tenmyouji or Clover. Only had one use. Yeah, the gun had one use, but like I said, there could be more than one gun. Isn't that back yet?
Perhaps they went to look for us.
See, we found Clove. Was it Clove? It was Clover and Tenmyouji. Handcuffed to a sink pipe and killed. But I can't remember what room that was in. And now we've got to look for them.
How much time until the white doors open?
50 minutes.
Then I don't think we really need to hurry
The
yet.
infirmary. Thank you, Sai.
Why don't we wait a little longer? For all we know, they're on their way back right now.
I don't know if they're still going to be in there. Kay and I nodded.
By the way, there was something I wanted to ask you guys about.
The medical room.
Yeah. Quark's bracelet. When we found him in the pod, he wasn't wearing it. Why?
Should I know?
Presumably, it had been taken off before we found him.
Who's got it? Because if someone's got it, they've got a 9-point
So we
bracelet.
have no idea where it is.
Pretty much.
I see. That's not good. Without that bracelet, we won't be able to continue the game. We need 3 bracelets to open the secondary door. If we
That's
lose one...
Maybe we'll go through the secondary door. Who would be pairing up with Quark?
Quark's bracelet should be a red solo. That would mean he'd be with the Cyan pair.
Clover and Tenmyouji.
The 2 people who are missing.
Quark's
Yep.
bracelet is gone, and his 2 teammates have disappeared.
And still need their own. Oh, that's right. They still need their own. I keep forgetting that.
But these ass cheeks are legendary.
Monica, how's it going, pal? How has your weekend been treating you? What's going on? What is going on? Constant questions for me when I play these games. Let me Clover and Tenmyouji took your bracelet.
Well, if they found Quark before you did, yeah, there's a good chance they did.
Why would Tenmyouji leave his Granwyn in the thing? So there's no gain to doing this unless... I just don't know. Unless someone wants to get out the door. Oh no, wait, they can't. God, they can't. Nah, I don't know. Bringer of Chaos today, exactly. That's what we want. That is what we want, Monica. Sunday is going well. It's going well. I've not been totally lost playing this, which makes a change, and I've got at least one theory right so far, so I'm pretty chuffed. Who likes Quark the most? Tenmyouji likes him the most. So this could have been leading towards like another ending like that, because Tenmyouji, in one ending, Tenmyouji found him, even though his points weren't at 9, and he took Quark through the door, even though it was going to kill him. But as Tenmyouji found him, what would be the point of taking his bracelet off? He would save Quark no matter what. So now if he takes the bracelet off and someone else gets 9, Quark can still leave because he doesn't have a bracelet on. Oh! That's it. I think. Monica, how is your Sunday? I heard you were giving off some, what's it called? Cursed art. I have to keep an eye on the Discords to see if it appears there. So I'm looking forward to that.
Perhaps they've already gone through the white door.
Quark can now through the door with whoever unlocks. He could go through any door. Like, anywhere. Because he needs 3 bracelets to open up a door, so he could potentially go with a group of 3. And he'd be fine. But Quark can go with anybody who's got 9 points, even if he doesn't have a bracelet. Primary doors. Oh, I've missed one. Perhaps they've gone through the white door. It's not possible. Primary doors haven't even opened yet.
Perhaps someone opened one of them. I don't know.
I was disgusted tongue once. Made a guy receive some fun things by an Electros. Oh, we're at that level. This will not be posted. You can send it to us, Monica. I'll have a wee look at it.
But it's happened before. Remember the 3 doors on the other side of the green door? Someone made one of them open. Perhaps this is the same thing.
I don't know if this has been mentioned in this game before, right? But say if you've got 9 points, can you go anywhere? Like, could someone with a 9 point bracelet open up that other door, like the treatment center, the Golem Bay? You figured out there was an internal route cable. Plus, we already told Clover made her trust him. Oh, there was an intruder. Right, you figured out there's an intruder on Route K. Plus, whatever he told Clover to make her trust him. Right, that's it. Once door's been clearly stayed open, so someone's opened that treatment center. Right, I probably won't show what Monica's done on stream because it's probably ban-worthy. I'd say that's a bit ban-worthy probably. Monica, you've outdone yourself. Only 9 on these points and just nothing else. Right. Okay, so opening up these other doors, points don't even matter. Except colours, I mean.
Yes, I know. But if the person opening the doors is Zero Senior, do you really think the rules matter?
No.
Zero Senior controls the entire game.
So are you saying Clover or Tenmyoji is Zero Senior?
It is a possibility.
Took half night today. You don't even need an excuse. You want to, you've done it. It's out in the world now, Monica. It's absolutely fine.
It would explain why they still haven't shown up.
Could they really have taken Quark's bracelet and gone through one of the white doors?
If they did, we won't know. We won't know where they went until the doors open for the rest of us. Tenmyoji definitely has secrets that he's not sharing. Everyone has secrets they're not sharing, which is the annoying thing.
So I would assume.
It's all just speculation though. Maybe we should go look for them again. One of us can stay behind so that we don't miss them if they come back.
Okay, I'll stay.
Do you want to know your secret? Go for it, Sai. If you want to share your secret,
see if we can find them.
Go for it.
Make sure you get back 5 minutes before the door opens, alright? Oh.
Oops. Don't forget to bring Dio with you. Okay. It's Crystal Maze time again. Batman. Yeah, you could be. That could be true. And you're just saying it 'cause it's like, oh, it sounds a bit ridiculous. It's a secret, but you're actually. The red door's one we've not been through. We've been through the green door first, then the blue door. So we need to still get through the red door. This is the pantry.
So it would appear.
Well, looks like they're not here.
When we started looking for Quark, they were sent off to search everything beyond the red door.
I just don't have any secrets. Quite an open book. I'm not even interested enough to have secrets.
Which would have meant this room.
If it does any good hanging around here though. Let's head upstairs. Cool. Bored. You're not bored inside. Upstairs. The lift. double checking to see if there's a website that has Crystal Maze theme. Nah, okay. Right. I'm gonna have to try and find how to get the Crystal Maze a different way. Pardon me. Well, you're not. I'm telling you, you're not, Si. Yeah, the music theme's good. It's when it goes, because sometimes when you go through the map, it's silent, and it'd be good to just have a bit of a tune for those bits. I love when I regain sanity when I'm here, finally calm and collected. Yeah. We are a fan of the chaos here. Plus, nah, it's not. I think it is past, isn't it? Maybe like the first one. But we keep saying, die. Joke's done. What's the problem with Pop Monica done? I mean, that's one way to phrase it. That's the upsetting way of phrasing it, I suppose. Tammy always loves Scott so much I thought we might find him here drinking some. It was around that time that I noticed Kay was acting strangely. He was staring at the shelf of alcohol in a way that I probably would have described as blankly. If I could have actually seen his eyes. So, you want a drink?
Well, I would enjoy a drink, but this mask...
Right, sorry, that sucks. Honestly, I'd gotten so used to the suit I'd kind of forgotten you were wearing it. Why the heck did they make you wear that thing anyway? Still don't remember anything? Monica, you say no.
Well,
but
actually, I did remember a little. Yes.
Really? What do you remember?
My father.
When did you remember that? Did it just pop up out of nowhere?
Please, don't joke.
Yeah, that was shite. That was actual
This
shite,
is
Sigma.
serious.
So you remembered who your father was?
Yes.
What about your mum? Don't make me do this stuff, okay? Monica, I'm not stopping you. I think you should do this stuff, okay?
I don't seem to have one.
So your dad raised you?
Well,
I'm pretty sure if you just typed in Thirst Art K, and this close, I'm trying to keep myself composed. Nah. We need to keep this going. Because that was what we did, some cust art for Numa stream, cust art for Thongmans. Keep it going. We need to keep this momentum up. Kay stopped for a moment and calmly folded his hands in front of him.
I was raised in the facility where my
Oh
father
my
worked.
god, baby Kay. Really?
He was the only person who worked there, which meant he was the only person I saw until I was older.
That is very cute. I love wee baby Kay.
That had been the situation for as long as I could remember, though, so I never thought it odd.
And he's wee Zero Bunny as well. He wouldn't allow me to go near him while he was working, but the only times he wasn't working were the times when he was sleeping. As such, the only communication I had was with the education software he'd given me. I suppose I was a fairly expressionless child then. We developed body language to communicate with others, and when with no one else to communicate with, I suppose it makes sense. Shite that, aye, shocking. Once I learned to read and write, I began to realise that my situation was not normal. Many of my books mentioned a mother as part of a family, and in several, the mother, father, and children would eat meals together and talk to one another. Soon I found myself longing for a mother of my own. Someone who would always be with me, who would scold me if I did something wrong. At night they would read to me before bedtime. If only I had a mother like that, I thought, I would be so happy. So for the first time in my life, I asked my father for something. He had finished working and, as usual, was making his way towards his bedroom when I stopped him and asked for a mother. He looked at me silently for a long moment before finally responding, okay. I remember to this day how happy I was at that moment. A few months later, he called me into his lab. It was the first time he'd ever done anything like that. My heart was beating quickly as I stepped inside. Standing next to him was a young woman, and my hopes soared. But when he said her name, or rather her ID number, they were dashed. He had given me a robot to play the part of a mother. I didn't want a mother that was just a machine who did what a human told her to. When I told my father that, he looked surprised for the first time in my life. Then he frowned, coughed, and admonished me for being a whiner. He'd never scolded me for anything before. At first I was surprised, then angry. Hot tears streamed down my face. My father ordered the robot to take care of me and shooed us out of his lab. Aye, the shite Danis continues. The robot was very convincing and she smiled and spoke as if she was a real person, but I refused to answer her and locked myself in my room. You can talk to a robot and it will respond, but in the end you're still talking to a machine, not a person. If that was what I wanted, I still had the education software my father had given me. When I ignored the robot as it tried to take care of me, it looked sad. It couldn't really be sad, of course, it was only programmed to look that way. A robot's facade of sadness didn't mean anything to me. Facade. After that, I stopped expecting anything from my father. Aye. Really advanced robot, even can looks that emulate emotions. We'd never really spoken to begin with, so it was easy enough for me to make sure we never saw one another. I lived my life as if he didn't exist, as if he didn't even exist. Have we heard that before? What, you mean the Golem thing? About them being all covered, like you can cover them in skin and stuff. Perhaps it seems strange to you that I continued to live with them. See, Monica, what have you got for us? That's not even it. Monica, that's amazing. Give me 2 secs. You need to see it. This is safe for stream. Let's see there. This. Let me just move that so you can see the text. There we go. There we go. Love that. Love it. That is amazing. Monica, thank you for that. Don't need to sigh because that's fantastic. That's good. Don't know if I minimize it, you can't see the text. And it goes. Just have it here in my face. Find a place for that. Monica, thank you for that. That was good. It's really good. Outdone yourself. Aye, so with the whole thing with the golems, we're going to assume that someone here is also one. All the Turing chest. Turing chest. Oh my god, I can't speak. Turing test chat. Fuck me. God. So that seems strange to you that I continued to live with them. But I never considered leaving. Perhaps in the hidden depths of my heart I longed for a relationship with my father. Everything changed when I was 18. I left my room one morning to find a woman standing outside of it. She was the first human I'd ever seen, apart from my father, and I was understandably surprised. I feel that advanced it could be. Because there was chat like though someone could be. Oh no wait. There wasn't chat like that. I think I thought that. But one person could be, we don't know. For a moment I thought my father had created a new robot. When I told her that, she laughed and explained that she had come to help him. As it turned out, she was a very mysterious person. She was much older than I was, but something about the way she behaved was almost girlish. She would tell me stories about the world outside in such a way that I was never sure if she was telling the truth or making up fantastic lies. Ultimately, though, the truth didn't matter. I loved her stories. She wasn't helping my father directly with his research, so I spent most of my days with her. Before long, I discovered she'd known my father when he was young. She told me stories of how he'd fallen in love as a younger man, and I began to imagine that the person he'd fallen in love with had been her, and that she was, in fact, secretly my mother. After she settled in with us, our long-established routine began to change drastically. First, we started to eat together. Before then, I had never shared a meal with anyone in 18 years. She scolded me for my table manners, or more accurately, the lack thereof. If I was going to eat with others, she said, I would need to be more polite. Having eaten alone for my entire life, manners had never been something I'd even thought about. My father got in trouble too when he made the mistake of reading through research papers during dinner. Yeah. That wall. This is in this facility, isn't it? Is it in this facility? In the same room, the one I'm in right now. Oh, wait. What room is this? The lounge. Look of surprise and embarrassment on his face made me burst into laughter. So basically this woman's going to be a golem into it, isn't she? But just like more advanced. So here's what I can't remember the last time I shared a laugh with my father. It might have been the first time. The room we considered a living room changed too. Before it had just been another room, but she made it comfortable. She said she wasn't. She said she wasn't. She could have been programmed to say no, she wasn't. Full job to be hard. I'm willing to put them off for this, I keep forgetting. But why would he obey a robot's orders? Well, Kay doesn't know she's a robot. She's been told if it's his dad that's made the robot, he could program it to be anyone but me as a pure robot. He's saying no. We're super close to reaching the goal for Thungman's foot job fiesta. Ugh. I'm gonna have to jump in and keep meaning to jump in when he's on. Then do the thing. Donate the points. His dad wouldn't by the sound of it. Maybe she's just another scientist in this facility. And he's like, you know what? I'll just pay you to do this. And she went, no what, no bother. No bother. That's all I don't touch. Thongman doesn't care. Thongman won't care. He would do it as the big kind of like, this is him, this is how he goes out on Twitch. After we finished our dinner, I would sit on the sofa and relax with her and my father. Those times, the ones I cherished the most. Yeah, I think everyone's contributing to it's like, how is he even like, just going to control it with his feet, but well, it's going to be but yeah, you know what, it's going to be interesting. I was just down there being actual foot job. Well, let's say you don't know with Thongman. That could be how he ends the fiesta. You never know. Oh, please. I don't think it wouldn't go that far. But again, there's never a no chance. It's just very, 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 very slim chance. For a little while every day I got the family I'd longed for ever since I was a child. At her suggestion I started to help my father's research. Don't think we've been to that room. We specialised in genetic engineering and discovered I had an interest in it as well. Time faded away as I lost myself in research. Now that they were working and studying together, my father and I had a great deal to talk about. For the first time in my life we began to speak with one another like a father and son. Whenever I impressed him with something I'd learned, I felt a surge of happiness and it drove me to study even harder. My days felt full, right and meaningful. Most importantly, I was happy. 4 years passed in the blink of an eye until one day I happened to overhear my father and the women speaking in the lab. This looks familiar. Case Bunny did look like Zero Jr., but it could be a coincidence, or he's just pulling it from things he's seen. It could be. But then... Okay, right. If we can't take what this is, because that looks like the woman that's on the bed. And that looks like Snake's jacket. I don't think it's Snake. Anyway. Can't really take what we can see here to be exact same as any memory. That's fair. But yeah, this lady looks like Hudson dead on the table. That looks like, it doesn't actually look like Snake. That looks like Snake's jacket. But who knows? Who knows? Nah, pinch of salt with every tale. Looks like a woman, so she could be involved if this can be trusted. We're just gonna have to wait and see, aren't we? Speaking of the lab, Tom was serious, so I listened closer, curious to know what they were talking about. That was when I heard her say that she planned to give her life to achieve their goals. It was clear that she wasn't being metaphorical. She would have to die. I was in shock. The research I had thrown myself into would lead to her death. I asked my father to stop his research immediately. He refused to listen. She agreed. She agreed with him. She told me that she had been prepared for what she had to do since the day she came to our facility. My father had known about it from the beginning as well. Angry and disappointed, I began to investigate what exactly the research I'd been helping with was working towards. Perhaps I thought I could figure out a way to keep her alive. I discovered much more than I'd bargained for. To begin with, I learned that the ultimate success of my father's research would require a good deal of sacrifice. And I also learned that my own existence was just another part of his project. I had been created to function as my father's spare. If he died during his research, I was intended to continue in his place. I was stunned. Shite die again. I was furious with my father and with her, and even with the research I'd pulled myself into for years. Okay, I know. There's only one thing to do. Destroy the facility and end my father's horrible research once and for all. I made plans to destroy the main reactor and with it the entire facility. But she saw right through me. There you go, it's hey. Not today. Not today, else. That's no problem though. My father was livid and locked me in my room until his research was complete. All I could think of was how I might stop him. She did her best to convince me that I'd misunderstood, that everything would be fine. As much as I wanted to believe her, I remembered in the back of my mind that she had been the one who pushed me to become involved in my father's research. Had that been an earnest desire to give me something to do with my life, or... Still, I couldn't bring myself to hate her. She had given me a reason to live. Even as she conspired with my father to mould me into his replacement, the warmth she had shown me had been real. She'd made me feel as if I'd had a real family, and that was something I wouldn't have given up for the world. I pleaded with her to leave, but she quietly shook her head. There was something very special to her, she told me. He had saved her life once, and she felt her death would help to repay that favour. She would have liked nothing more than to marry him and live a happy and normal life together, but she couldn't. For his sake, she said, and more for the sake of the future she had wanted, she was determined to see my father's research succeed. I realised then that although she was the most important person in my life, there was someone more important than me and hers. She tried to explain that beyond what we could see was a future where no one would have to die, but I refused to listen. What good was the potential future to me? It was what I had now that I wanted. I couldn't stand to think that she would give her life for a man I'd never seen. So I shut myself off from the world. Perhaps that is why I lost my memory. Well, that was nice and heavy. Kay let out a deep, tired sigh.
I'm sorry. I lost track of time.
Okay.
Not having any memories is less than desirable, but it could be argued that regaining them is almost more taxing.
Yep, if it's memories like that. So you remember almost everything?
No, the details are still indistinct, especially more recent events. Sigma, I'm sorry, but would it be alright if I laid down for a bit?
Sure.
I don't feel very well. It must be because I remembered so much so quickly. My head feels like it's going to explode.
You okay?
Yes, I think I just need to rest.
Whoops. Okay, take as long as you need. I'll go look for Clover and Temiyoshi myself.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
Kay lowered himself heavily onto the red sofa in the corner of the room. Well, guess I better get moving then. Yeah, poor Kay, man. stepped out of the room and nearly ran out of fire. Why are you here? Alright, he deserves big, long sleep. What are you doing? You're supposed to be waiting back in the warehouse.
Yeah, I know. I just decided to go check on you guys. I waited a long time and nobody showed up. Judging by your face, you haven't found them either.
To be fair, we haven't been looking.
Damn. Where's Kay? You
He's in the
decided
lounge.
to split up?
Well, not quite. I need you to keep up the good weather you've got. The heat is killing me. The weather's actually been... No, wait. I was just about to say the weather's been quite nice, but it is raining right now. So hopefully that means we'll be getting through this rain for the next week or so. And then by the time all these come up, or across, or whatever, I don't know, geographically. If we can have a dry weekend, that'd be nice. That's all we can ask for. Is there a way for my answer? She opened the door to the lounge and walked in. But how bad is it just now, Monica? Oh, but it isn't really hot. I really hope not. I really hope not.
What's up with him?
Guess he's not feeling too well. He said he wants to rest for a bit.
Is he alright?
I think so. You should leave him alone right now, though. Remember, there's a real person inside that suit. Sure, he's just tired.
Tired, huh? How are you feeling? I feel tired
What?
just looking at you. Your face is like a week-old sock.
Cheers. Really? Well, I guess we're lying if I said I wasn't a little exhausted. I mean, all of a sudden I wake up trapped in some weird-ass game and a dead body start turning up. Honestly, I'm amazed I've managed to hold my sanity for this long. It's almost 7 PM and it's day 4. Man, it's 7 at night. Nah, I couldn't handle that. I couldn't handle that during the day, but at night, you know, maybe relaxing. Nah. God, man. Couldn't. I can't handle it when it's like about 20 odd at night. But 34. Nah, you're alright. You're alright. Just about everything here makes absolute zero sense. The more I try and figure out any of it, the more I try and figure any of it out, the more I feel like my brain's just going to melt and run at my ears. God, it sounds like me trying to do a puzzle in this. You know what I'm talking about, right? We managed to figure out who the killer was, but there's still 100 other questions we have no idea about. Where the hell are we? Why are we even here? I really hope don't bring this with me. Well, you know, see if it's Glass Games weekend, and it is. See if it's like the hottest on record. We know who to blame. I mean, it's not fair, but I don't make the rules, so you just have to deal. Unfortunately, Monica. Yeah, Monica is coming over for Glass Games. What's this whole non-era game thing for? And what is Zero Cena up to? Well, how about who he is? Rabbit said he was one of us, but I think it's Dio.
Who knows?
So I still don't know why Dio killed him. Said he was ordered to do it, but... And there's more to it. What about the old lady? Who is she? What's her deal? What are any of her deals? I don't know jack shit about anybody here. I don't even know anything about you, Fi.
Are you serious? You can't honestly suspect me, can you?
That's not it.
I'm just like you. I was kidnapped on December 25th and brought here too.
Yeah, that is the best bit. Being covered by the company and you're like... It's like... Well... Oh. It's wee trip though, eh? It's the best part of it. It's trailed off. What? You heard that right?
It came from the hallway.
We'll have a look. I mean, I wouldn't. I would be opposite direction, but nope, you're absolutely fine.
There's nobody here. Let's try
Maybe you got
hitting
an
the button.
elevator?
If the door doesn't open immediately, then we'll know the elevator's downstairs.
Someone's scouting a bit.
thought so.
Facility's haunted. I think I'd rather that than, no, somebody else wandering about. Now, which way do you go? Which way? Where do you think they went?
Let's just head for the green door.
Fair enough. I know who's wandering about.
Because the treatment center's there.
It could only really be Temyoja or Clover.
That's
apparently.
Where Dio and Quark are.
If Zero's telling the truth and no one else is there, it could only be those two. No, I'm not sure. Unless Dio or Quark's managed to get out the thing. Wait. This is imagine it was Naruto. What is it he says? Believe it. Unless Dio or Quark got out the thing, because I did notice, see when the bed was coming down on Dio, there was a clock inside. We learned something very important. There was a lever. There was a lever in the beds. So if Quark walked up, you could pull a lever and get it. Not that. Oh, okay. Oh, the golems, you mean? Are you talking about golems? Could it be one of them? In the treatment centre. Is the treatment centre the one with the beds? What happened in the golem room? Oh, right, okay. Let me think. Let me try and figure this out. So in the... Oh, wait. What happens in the golem room in this run, you mean? Sai, we have heard a noise. We went outside and I thought, it can't be anyone wandering about, but Sai's telling us what happened in the golem room in this run. I mean that someone's opened the room in the golem door, so presumably Zero Senior's wandering about. Or the thing with what's his name? K finding a key, and we know he's got a lock in the back of his head, so K could have let himself out whilst they were outside talking, and left his suit of armour there. So this could be K wandering about as well, but it could be Zero Senior. They could also be the same people. But Kay was telling us a story about his youth and just basically that's shite. And then he lay down because he wasn't feeling well. When we went back in and we saw the suit of armour lying in the lounge, but we did leave the room. So Kay could have got himself out of the armour, left through the other door, and has managed to go somewhere. Could be Kay, Zero, Temyoja, Clover, Quark, so it could be any that isn't Sigma or Phi.
You aren't worried?
And the lift wasn't there, so the lift went down, so it's more than likely going to be K.
I just want to make sure they're safe.
I think it's K shot for K9. Who knows? Someone's took the lift down. Could be a dog in a suit. He could be the one controlling this whole thing. Who knows? Maybe both of them, but I don't think they'd hurt Quark or Dio.
Sure? Dio admitted to killing the old woman, but he still insists that he didn't kill Alice or Luna.
The fucking dog ending.
What if he's telling the truth?
This is what we're going. Serious? You're going to believe him?
Doesn't matter. No harm in being careful.
Let's get past that by accident. Doesn't matter. Just want to know if they're safe. Fair enough. Alright, fine. To the treatment room. A lot of JRPGs have dog companions too. This might not be any different. Yep. K could be K9. Ross, didn't you just assuming that there's a person in that suit? We headed to the first pod. We cracked it, opened the top and lifted it back. It's like so adorable. It does, actually. There was Quark sound asleep.
Yeah, I guess
See?
you're right. I was probably getting worried for nothing.
But Dio's been awfully quiet.
How about Dio?
So open his. Oh, okay.
Check his pulse.
Yeah, I think Dio's dead. As part of check his pulse, he was obviously dead, but I did it anyway. Yep, he's dead.
Look. The oxygen level for his pod
Oops.
says 0%.
Oops! It is quite the death pose, isn't it? That means he's asphyxiated.
Someone must have
Why?
tampered with the pod and lowered the oxygen levels.
Who though?
Look, we should go tell Kay about this.
That there. Lying, eating the sun. Someone killed him.
Come on.
Without waiting for me to follow, Fi turned and ran off. I took a deep breath and followed. Someone killed him. It could have been Kay. Or Temio's your Clover. Fi and I burst out of the lounge and ran up to Kay. Okay, wake up, something's happened. When he didn't move, I grabbed him by the shoulders and shook. He twitched and quickly sat up.
What is it?
Could Kay... Why would anyone want to kill him? Because he's been found out he's an imposter. And he's been told to turn up and do this. So Zero could have told him to turn up. It's funny, it reminds a little more blank in these bits. But Elsa's on it. Elsa's fucking amazing today. So, I'm assuming somebody's going to want to kill Dio because he's been found out. Because he was found out that he's killed that woman. And his cover's blown, essentially, so he's not just some other participant. But and he killed that woman. And if that what's it called? If that memory, fucking irony, not forgetting the word memory. If that memory of Kay's is true, with the outline of that woman, and then we find out that that is the woman that looked after him, Kay would have a really good reason for wanting to kill him. Because all those memories that have flooded back, and he's admitted that he's killed her. So Kay would want to get back at him for it. And he probably could have, if he had the key, to let himself out the suit whilst they were talking, run down, oxygen down, get all the way back into his suit, presumably, before Phi and Sigma gets back. Maybe. That seems like a bit of a stretch getting... But then if he's figured out how to get in and out of his armour... So it's either because he was the intruder or because he killed the woman. If it's the memory thing, if the memory image is true, it would track it's because he killed the woman. And Kay helped us put him in the pod, so he knew he was there. It was only three of us. The only three of us did not. But then, I had plenty of opportunity to kill him. But then why would she take him? Sigma there? I can't think of the reasons that... I'm not sure it's been somehow passing you and getting back into his suit. There is only one direction... Wait, is there... I don't have a map for this place, do I? I don't know what one's what. Right, so that's the lift down. I don't even know where the treatment centre is, to be honest. It could be any one of these. I don't even know where we are here. Green door? No. All paths lead to the left. Oh, okay, right. So it could have went around a bit way, but it was only put down the pod, so you could have fiddled it then. Actually, we didn't look at the thing. All dogs go to heaven. Unless you're Dio. We explained about how we'd found Dio dead and how it looked like he died of asphyxiation. It appeared that someone had reduced oxygen levels of his pod to 0. So we'd have to turn around to take the lift down, kill Dio and run back. That's unlikely. Or Fi did it. That's the only two options. Dio's not a dog, there could be one in his hat. It could be. We don't know, we still haven't looked under that hat. It could be like a Ratatouille thing, except with like a small dog that fits under the hat and controlling him. Who knows? Fido, also true. Could be getting controlled by a dog, could be a dog. In a suit, we don't know. Or Fi did it. So it's really only K or Fi. But I don't know the reasons that Fi would kill him. Unless Fi's the one that hired them. And he just doesn't know who hired him. Imagine Ratatouille was a twist in this with Dio. Imagine. That'd be good. Even as a joke ending, that would be good. Xeno Junior called Fido. It's all coming together.
What? But why? I thought that Dio was the one who killed the old woman, Alice, and Luna. Then who killed him if he was the murderer?
So all dogs all the way down. That's the big twist for like the last secret ending. They're all dogs.
There's also Quark.
Didn't even see that. The only people who could have done it are Clover and Tenmyoji. Is it? Is it? It's impossible. Are you suggesting Quark woke up, opened his pod from the inside, killed Dio, and then went back to sleep? Could be a possibility.
I'm just saying that strictly speaking, it's a possibility.
It's been Nintendogs all along, exactly. It's not even just dogs, it's Nintendogs. That's where we're going with this. Nintendogs all along.
So just, take it into consideration.
Well, in that case, Fi, I hate to say it, but doesn't that mean that you could have
See,
done it?
he says hate to say it, but do you?
Me?
Yes, you could have done it any time after Sigma and I left the Floor B warehouse.
True. Only other person that knows that.
I was waiting for Clover and Tenmyoji to show up. They never did though, so I got impatient and went to find you guys. Then I bumped into Sigma in front of the lounge.
She went on to explain about the sound it heard. When you point a finger, they're free pointing back at K. It's just a very weird way of pointing. It's like, is it you? But we've got these three going in this direction to whatever K is standing.
I see. So you heard something. Then perhaps it is likely that Clover and Tenmyoji were at fault.
Were the two of you together the whole time you were investigating?
Yes, we were.
You never split up or anything?
Nope.
In any event, we don't have a great deal of time to discuss it.
Nope. We'll have, what, 7 minutes? Yeah, Tenmyoji and Clover don't know where Dio was, and no one's even mentioning that. Like, they're not even mentioning it. You guys talk about all dogs go to heaven? Little Hill, a cat lover? Love that name. Love it. Be everywhere. All dogs do go to heaven, but we're just talking about how the secret ending to this. So they're all dogs. They're all dogs. Talking about how it's going to be a Ratatouille situation with Dio. There's actually a tiny wee dog in there, just controlling him. Come and says dogs all the way down. Aye. So we're saying that Dio's going to have a wee dog controlling him inside his hat like Ratatouille. That Kay's actually a dog inside that suit. They're all dogs. They're all dogs. That's the big twist. They're all dogs. Because we've got the wee Gollum things. They can all be human. Versus can be dogs. Just that advanced. Fi is also called Fido. That's the other point. If I could deal with point at it. No, you would just go, that wasn't me. Obviously. It's been years and years since I've seen it. Might have to watch it again. Wow, we Siggy. Siggy could be a dog's name, couldn't it? I'm pretty sure I did a big cry. Oh, dogs. I think everyone did. But that seems Kay's nickname. Very good. Very good. But Howler? I'll call you Howler. That sounds like an insult. But anyway, how are you, pal? How's your weekend been? We've got 7 minutes until the primary doors open. Was there not a sequel to All Dogs Go to Heaven? Or did I imagine that? That's Cleaver, Quick, B.O. and 10-Year-Old Day are my favourite ones.
Let's
I
get
do
back
like
to
those
the Floor
names.
B warehouse. Maybe Clover and Tenmyoji are already there.
See, the Christmas one, everyone, wasn't there? There was like that. There was like a period of like all these kind of animated films just having, you know what? Here's a Christmas special, just because it's Christmas. And a Kibble Land episode of All Dogs Go to Heaven. I can't imagine that the sequel or actually any of them weren't the absolute tear fests.
Oh, where is
Damn it.
Dio's bracelet?
I didn't mean that. Where are we going? Oh, Floby Warehouse. I'm just not paying attention. Public has cartoon films, of course there's smaller one. Of course there was. We need to rinse that for all that money, don't we?
Huh?
You didn't take it? Dio was a green solo. Phi and I are the magenta pair.
Shit. You're right. Without Dio's bracelet, we won't be able to open the secondary door.
I fear not.
So, we need to go by the treatment
All three
centre.
of us don't need to go. You
Yeah,
two
we do.
go on ahead.
Yes,
I'll
we
get the
do.
bracelet.
All right.
Oh, one other thing. I need to give you these.
The yellow bracelets. Alice and Luna's.
Without these, you would be stuck.
I don't remember him picking them up.
Here you are. Please, take them.
I don't remember if that was mentioned. I started this conversation. Right, honestly, it takes very little to derail this stream and talk about anything that is not on this screen. Tell you, man, I tell you. It's easily done. I suppose someone had to grab them.
All right, let's get going.
Post. There's a time limit to get in those doors, isn't there? I don't know why it annoys me, but they're meant to be white doors and they keep changing to blue at that for these angles, and I don't know why it irritates me. And they should be yellow.
Maybe they did go through the door, like Kay said.
I don't think they did.
Or
what? Oh, come on, man. You better not be giving me the maybe they're already dead crap. I got enough of it from Dio. I like how Phi's hair is so white. It's so shiny. It is. It's a really nice white, isn't it? Let's see when I start going white, if I could be like that, that'd be good. Why does it echo? I don't get it. Monica, slide your pal. Try my best to make sure my swallowing doesn't come through me because I realised it's very quiet. Give me a sec. There we go. Just realised there's no music. The only sound that is going to be coming through that mic is a big swally. We should long I'm curious how it looked. There'll be plenty of artwork online. Off man, not come through, did it? Phi does have a good look. You've got to be kidding me. This isn't funny, Phi. If you're right, then you, Kate, Quark, and I are the only people still alive in here.
hey, lay off. I want to believe they're alive too. But
We want to. I'd say for a second, sorry. I try not to do the big gulps in the mic. I thought I'd set it up so you didn't hear the big gulps. It's just my Grandma Jones hairstyle. R.I.P. your grandma and that amazing hairstyle. Joking, right. That's alright then. We heard noise and turned. Who is it? Who is it?
I apologize for keeping you.
Did you get Dio's bracelet?
Yeah, your granny had amazing hair.
Well, technically, yes, but...
Technically.
Best you just see it. This is what I found in Dio's pod.
What?
Oh
I
dear.
assume whoever murdered Dio did this.
That wasn't... Oh, we never looked at the bracelet. It's blonde as well. Oh, it's like a nice white blonde. Okay. Yes, this is it's bad.
I can't say for sure, but if I were to guess...
It's going to stop people from getting through those doors. So then I'm the only one that can go through a door.
Doors have opened. 5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
Oh, the did. The pan breed.
With a bracelet like this, I doubt we can get past the secondary door.
Yeah,
That
they
means
ain't,
Kay and I.
they ain't getting in. Like, Sigma's the only one that can get through.
Those 3 doors will automatically close. If anyone is left outside after they close, they'll be penalized.
They'll be penalised. Bye. I mean, they could chance it. There might be there's a wee chip that recognises it. Don't know.
I see.
It's just a display that's went.
That's what they wanted. Whoever killed Dio wanted to use the game to kill me and Kay. That's why they broke the bracelet.
And Sigma is alone to try and figure this out.
I think so. It makes the most sense.
But then, penalised. I know what it sounds like, Monica. But then, Sigma could just leave. He could survive this. Oh, Quark's alive, but Quark doesn't have his bracelet. So, in theory, we could go through this, get our points, rack them up to 9, and then get Quark and go. But no bracelet. So Quark can leave if we get 9 points on our own bracelet. 5 minutes you're gonna be. How far did you get? I can show you. We are at this section here. So we've got a couple of endings. We've got the ending where Temioji leaves with Quark, and where Kay fucks us over. So we've still got a lot to get through, but getting through this wee bit.
Go on ahead, Sigma. You have those bracelets Kay gave you, right? You should be able to get through the secondary door with those.
As long as one person's opened it, yeah. So long as, well, if Sigma wants to live, we'll need to get 9 points on his bracelet. Which, if we go through this and get the star key, we can just keep going through and vote until we get 9 points. Go and get Quark and then fuck off.
So just...
Fuck that. You know I can't just dish you guys like that.
If you stay here, you'll...
I don't know that. What kind of monster am I if I just leave you here to die? Yeah, 3 endings as a Quark is free, Kay leaves, and a computer with a password. Yeah, we've not got the password, so we haven't got to that section yet. Exactly. Press everyone's dead, so it's not even going to matter. This was bad. What was I going to do? I need to calm down. Just calm down. Calm down and think. There had to be a way to save them. Had... Oh. Okay. Okay, so that's not what we're doing. Fair enough. So that's 4. Wait. What? So if I just jump here, it's just going to do the same thing then. So I can't get to this section yet, just like I can't go with this section yet. Stick to Luna, the whole... Wait, was that this one? Yeah. So we allied with Luna for this whole section, and then we got to this bit. but we need the password for the laptop for the we need a password for the computer, so we can't get past this bit yet. This ending was when we betrayed her. Don't even think we went with this bit. And go with Temiodi. So this is the route we're taking. Is this what we choose? Oh wait. This is where we ally. So we're gonna have to go with this route and choose betray. We're going sort of systematic, because the last time I played 999 and it went all over the place and it got really confusing. I was just doing pure stupid, so I'm doing it in order to try and keep it, because this seems like the natural flow of things, presumably. So then we've done all this, so then we do this bit. But I need to see the other endings so I can then continue with this bit. So you go here. This chart is less confusing, but systematic Sunday works. Yeah, we will be going further back once we've done this. Whoops, this section, because then we can go back here, and this is where we choose who we're teaming up with to go through these doors. Which this bit seems like it would take less, but so we're sticking with this one where we've went through the magenta door. So, pardon me. So this is still teamed up with Luna. This is me, Sigma, Phi, and Luna. And I go back here, and it would jump, because this is where Phi said to betray.
We don't have time to talk about choose betray.
Choose betray. So, aye. Mate, we'll have to. We haven't done we have not done escape room. We might still do one actually. So we're going to choose betray, and we're going to have to go. You will cry, mate. It's the way it is. Luna is nice and doesn't deserve this, but we have went the nice route. So yeah, if you do a little howler's doing, if you don't want to see it, close your eyes now, because it is locked. It's locked in, and we're going betray. I mean, I don't like it. Let's try to exactly. I've done the nice thing. It's got us to two endings when I've been fucked over and left to die, and two endings I can't do anything with. So, yeah. Sorry, look, yeah, Luna's going to be hurt. I've hurt yous all. Little Howler, you've not even been here that long and I've already upset you. This is just the way it goes. But this is the heel turn. I think best villain arts is justified. Aye, being the good guy got us nowhere. So no, this route might even save Luna. We don't know. As Phi and I stepped out of the AB room, I could see that others running towards the monitor, shoving and pushing to get closer. Temyoji was left behind, his footsteps a slow, heavy plod. What had happened to make him like that? Are you telling the truth? If our BP hit zero, do we really...
You chose betray because of what I said, right? Don't worry, you made the right choice.
Better not have lied to me saying I chose betray. It's lying to me so I'd choose betray.
Zero will tell you if I lied or not.
And you know, at this point, like, we know that Dio's an arsehole. We know. We know. They don't know. Zero.
Yo, what's up?
What's up?
Siggy! No! Hey, what are you kids doing over there? We're about
Yeah,
to
Luna's
announce
gonna have
the
allied.
results.
You'll see in a minute. Let's go, Sigma.
What do you mean Zero's gonna tell me? She always allies because, yeah, I was literally about to say that else. Luna is a good egg. Also, she's acting the good egg. I don't know.
Looks like you're all here.
You're all here.
Let's get ready to rock!
Or it's like, all that. Monica, where are you going with this? Because you've got the egg emote for a good egg. I want to know what emote you've got for being a sucker.
Round one!
The results!
Oh, let's see, okay.
If everybody would please direct their eyes to this monitor.
Just a basic. Right, Elsa's got you covered. Well, he's tentacle. Here we go. Betray. Betray. Oh, 661, 661, 661. And we're going to get chewed out by Luna now.
Here are the results from your game. Now, let us check the numbers on our bracelets.
Lot of bastards in this. And, oh, this is definitely the bastard route. Those ones. Look at those ones.
Sigma, why did you and Vi do that? All we had to do was choose ally 3 times, and we could all escape together.
No, look, Luna's done. Luna is done.
After this, we only would have needed 2 more
You see,
rounds, and we would have all
he's a
had
bastard
9
isolate
points.
gamers.
But now why?
I hung my head. There was no way I could look her in the eye and try to explain what I'd done.
It was me. I told him to betray you.
What?
There's a way to get out faster. If you're successful twice with betray, you'll get 3 points each time, which gives you 6.
Kid Luna.
That means you'll have 9 BP after the second AB game.
I know that. Is that why you chose betray? So you can escape before the rest of us?
Hey, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to get out first or anything. Just wanted to have a little leverage.
How is leverage supposed to help you?
Well, I was planning on getting out of here with everybody else, and he...
You're lying. What makes you think I'm going to believe that?
Our eyes met for a long moment. All I could see in Luna's was sadness and disappointment. Pure, just wanting us to feel bad. Vi opened her mouth, then shut it again and looked away. I was about to apologise to Luna when...
Hey, what were you thinking?
I'm sorry, Alice. I didn't think you'd choose ally.
What?
Even Clover, man.
You really
Even
think
Clover.
I betray you?
Well, no. That's what I thought at first.
But Kay told you to choose betray, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I was sure you would vote similarly.
I love how Kay's just pure matter of fact, man.
Are you listening? I'm not going to vote betray against Clover.
Is that so? You never considered that we might choose to betray you?
What?
Clover would never choose that, of course. But what if I was your sole opponent? I understand it might seem strange of me to say this, but who would trust a man who hides his face? If I were in your position, I would be quite certain my masked opponent would choose betray.
Well, but it wasn't just you. Clover was there too.
Yes, she was. But if I'd chosen to end an argument by force, do you think she would have had any chance?
This is Kay's things. You know what? I've got the wee nice, calm, relaxing voice. But I'll tell you, I'd be an arsehole. I could be an arsehole. Do you think I won't end this by force?
I was certain you'd choose betray for that very reason.
So that was why you did it.
Yes.
After he explained his thinking to me, I thought he had a good point.
It's all right. I understand.
I'm so sorry.
Kay has a point. He's convinced me at this point. Kay's really good at that, isn't he? He could so easily lead a cult. I see, if anybody ever plays Among Us, you need to channel Kay here. Never ever gonna lose.
I apologize. This is very unfortunate.
The past is the past. There's no point complaining about it. I'll just have to try and get those points back in the next AB game.
That was when I finally noticed Dio, Quark, Tenmyoji.
Let me give you a little warning, Tenmyoji. That little shit is a hell of an actor.
Aye. He probably threatened her, didn't he? So he's probably just went, look, Clover, I could easily knock you out. I'm a guy that just melts it. We're just going to choose betray.
I'll bet you
Fucking
money he's
Dio.
a born con man.
Fucking Dio. Know what? I'm going to see what Dio I get if I press it.
Ho ho!
I'll
don't
do
know
it.
what he is to you, but if I were you,
Quick
I'd
dinner,
trust
let me
that
live, and
kid
I'm
as far
fruiting
as I
what
can
all
throw
day and I'm
him. And at your
starving.
age,
Monica.
That can't be much.
Deal, shut up. Monica, enjoy the dinner, pal. I'll probably still be here, hearing all the arguments. Explain my child, innit? And I say, if I were you, I'd trust the kid as far as I could throw, and at your age, that can't be far. I know, like, this is why Deal's a prick.
You hearing me, old man? Keep an eye on it.
Tim goes, he's like, I don't actually have time for your shit, Deal. Go away. I was trying to skip that, but it's just gone to auto. A lot of things hadn't gone as planned for the other teams either. Nonetheless, we all seem to have reached some sort of truce.
Zero, when does the next round start?
Right, because we've done all this, so skip. So we just need to decide what room. Oh no, we don't decide what room.
Guess, I'd say it's going to be Tambioldi, or Alas, or Mooney, or maybe everyone.
What?
Why? Yeah. Why am I going to die?
Yeah, automatically stops in the dialogue, so we're all.
Tell you why. Anyone whose BP drops to 0 gets penalized, just like when you
Penalized.
break the rules.
I see.
So this is new.
Alice, Luna, and I only have 1 BP. That means we'd have less than 0 if we lost 2 points.
What? What the hell? This is important stuff. Why didn't you tell us about this earlier?
Sorry.
Sorry's not going to cut it. I thought you were supposed to tell us the rules, not hide them.
No, yeah. Like, as it just went so far past heal to just be straight up murderer because you know you're killing them.
Well,
is there anything else you've conveniently left out? It's not fair to make people play a game without explaining all the rules.
I think it's fair. After all, it's not like anybody else knew, right? Right? Fine.
Yeah, I guess so.
If you pepper someone in the low points, you'd be in a pickle. Yeah, because they're going to choose Betray. Like, there's no way they're choosing Ally. Can you team up Luna after this? Don't know. We'll find out because I know the colour changes. The AB game continues. Someone opened the door. Right, skip all this. Know all this. Blah blah blah. Flashback. How did I get here? I remember. I was gassed. Yeah. I don't think Luna's going to trust us. Right, so the last time we went to the lounge, so we've done that one. You were killing someone, and I don't think everyone else would like you very much after that. No. Did we do the infirmary? We haven't done the infirmary, have we? So that was... doesn't actually tell me what game I did. So it doesn't matter what room I choose then, does it? I thought I did infirmary for some reason. You know what? We'll do infirmary then. We'll see who that pairs us up with. I don't know who that pairs was up with. God, fuck it, let's just... infirmary, let's go nuts. Infirmary. Alright, okay, we've teamed up with Flying Quark then. I think we're just going to flick around at this point. Oh, okay, right. So we're not actually doing something. Right. You guys find anything?
Sigma? Nothing yet.
Well, Alice, Clover, and I did go over this room quite thoroughly.
I thought we were deciding where to go next, but we're obviously not.
I doubt you'll find any hidden hallways here.
Why are you back here then?
Well, I was concerned about the lady you found.
Right, so we've found the woman at this point. Those were the 3 choices from the start. You passed it, but you've just done right. Okay, I'm with you. The innocent being who keeps snacks in his hat. So he says. There's going to be weapons in that hat.
Who would do such a horrible thing?
Given what we know so far, you're the most likely candidate.
So we've done this bit then. Now we have done all this then. Right, so there we go. So we get shown. We get shown his the lock in his helmet. Right, Tenmyouji, blah blah blah. Everyone still alive. So far, so good.
But I just don't really trust you guys. I mean, what
Fair.
if one of you is Zero?
So you always have a look at the back of his head.
It could be
It
any
seems-
of you. Sorry. Anyway, I think that's enough about me and Alice. I just don't really feel like I can trust you guys.
What? Fair.
Maybe if that Jen
Fair.
I can tell you. So, I guess I'll go now. Go? Where are you going? I don't know. I haven't really figured it out yet. Then I'll be going too. Fine.
And there she goes. So, Tenmyouji.
I don't trust you any more than she does.
Now the bunch aren't going to tell me anything, are you?
Sorry.
Okay, we're just getting nowhere with anyone. I left Tenmyouji and headed back to the hallway. There were so many questions I wanted answers to, but it was looking like I'd have to suffer in ignorance for a while longer. Besides, there were plenty more of immediate problems that needed my attention. I sighed and felt my questions away to be dealt with later. Needed to focus. There was only one room I hadn't visited yet. The lounge. Right, so this is the room we cleared.
Oh, Sigma.
Oops. Yep, did all this.
I don't think you'll be able to just puzzle that out. If we want the truth, we need to find more information.
The last thing to say before that. Radical 6 killed hundreds of thousands of people while we were asleep. Just how long we've been here for. Right.
Yeah, well, doesn't look like we're gonna have time for that.
We have 4 minutes.
Yeah.
All right then.
Radical 6.
We should hurry.
Let's boost. So, I want to double check a little something, but I can't do that until they start speaking. No, can't get in the menu yet. There we go. Open. So, which door do we go through?
Chromatic door. 5 minutes remain.
You're late. What the hell are you doing? That's not good enough. You realize we could die here.
Hey, what?
Barely. We've only got 5 minutes left. You're a yellow pair. Who do you think your partner is?
Gee, I wonder.
You son of a...
Come now, Phi. Fighting now helps no one.
He's right, you know. The doors have already opened. We need to hurry up and figure out our teams. What did I do to deserve this asshole?
Right, so I have been through the green door, the blue door, so the only one I've got left is the red door.
We're almost out of time. I'll just explain it as fast as just like before. There are only 3...
3 possible combinations. An unhealthy obsession with pairing Feta with watermelon. Oh, that sounds good. Sounds really good. Alice and I would pair up with Luna and we go through green colour door, Tenmyouji and Quark, pair up with Clover. Like both those things. I'm not sure I've paired them. Now's the time, Sai. Now is the time. I am looking for what's going to get me the red door. Alice and I and Clover will pair up and go through the red door. Yep, so Alice and Clover. Guess in this particular timeline you get no choice. You don't get a choice. If you have Feta and you have watermelon, go grab some as a wee stream snack. Childhood summer snack. It's amazing. Worth giving a try. It's Sunday and the shops are closed. You're just gonna have to go feta and watermelonless for now.
3 minutes.
Right, 3 minutes.
I'm not going with Kay. I had enough of that last time.
Oh dear.
Oh, everyone
Come
morning.
with us.
Would you? Would you?
Need someone gullible for the next round?
Hey, shut up. Aren't you my partner?
Maybe. But I don't want her to think that means I agree with you.
It's dinner time soon. What's on the menu for dinner tonight? So keep it in mind next shop. Actually, I would take a wee note for next time you go to the shops. Feta, watermelon.
You betrayed me last time, Fi.
No, you're not making it. That's even better.
You betrayed Tenmyoji.
Ah, come on. Didn't I tell you? It was Quark who...
Theo! Stop saying that!
Anyway, Fi and I won't be choosing betray this time.
Quark's gonna kill him, man.
Your BP's 1 right now, isn't it?
Who recommended the salty milk? Definitely wasn't me.
If you chose ally and we chose betray, what would it be?
-1.
It was too salty. It sounds like a euphemism.
I'd die.
Oh, a little bit.
I didn't want to say it straight out, but we're not gonna go that far just to get out of here. Right,
Deal
Fi?
you would. Deal you would. The watered yogurt drink. Probably you.
Yeah.
Well, Sai thinks you need to get reported.
Okay, then I'm going to take a chance on you.
Luna, are you sure about
Yes, I've made up my mind.
Then that means Quark and I will be going with Kay, since it looks like Alice is pretty determined.
Yes, I am. Then I get to go with Alice again. I'm totally good with that. What I did to Alice last time was really bad. I want to try to make up for it.
So we're going with option C then? That means each group is going through a complementary door. Sigma, Alice, and Clover are going through the red door. Tenmyoji,
Yep.
Quark, and finally, Dio, Luna,
Kill
any
red
objections?
door.
10
That's what I was hoping for. If there were any objections, there was no time for them.
Let's go.
The announcer's voice filled the room as we ran for the doors.
2, 1,
One.
0.
No
Chromatic
choice.
doors closing.
Which is fine. It's kind of what we wanted. Lightly salted would have been nice. Forced everyone in the house to have a sip. That's the proper way of doing it, else. I was like, you know what? I've had this. So you have to as well. Because of betrayal's no choice. Because of how everything is.
There are
dead
3,
end.
but it looks like they're all locked.
I wonder what this thing does.
At least make it salt. That's why I make it at home. Grab some plain some yogurt, slap water, salt water, slap water. If someone said taste like salty milk, I'd refuse.
Well,
Can you pull that, Sigma?
See, Els is like Kay. Els just be like, try this. Trust me, just try it. People are going to be like, you know what? I trust you. Trust you, Els. Cool, let's see where we are heading.
it opened the
Oh.
door on the right.
Just the one. Just that one. What about the altar?
Details hardly seems important to me. They gave us the way forward. I say we take it. Come along now.
While waiting for a response, Alice strode off towards the open door. Clover and I hurried to follow. Let's see, we are at the pantry, which is one we haven't done. So I've got my book, got about 25 minutes. Whew. See what we do. I'm like Luna because Monica's descriptions make me want to now. So I think, oh
Whoa!
well.
This is amazing.
So we're saying Monica's like Kay then, and you're Luna, just like, you know what, somebody nice enough says it in a nice enough way, I'm all there. An overly salted one, however, recovering from low blood pressure, springs went like a champ. God, it sounds like a pure minging way to get a low blood
Who
pressure
never
though.
need this much underwear? Well, I mean, all these boxes and stuff are panties, right?
No,
And
Clover.
there are a lot of boxes.
No, Clover.
Isn't that what it said on the door?
Clover dear, it didn't say panty.
To have chronic low blood pressure. Yeah, that might help then. Just need to deal with the saltiness.
Pantry?
It's where you keep food.
I don't even know what that word is. Say, based on enneagram types.
Oh, I guess that makes more sense.
I've honestly never heard of that word before. It's the 9 personality types. Nope, never heard of it. Do you know what? I'll look up what those are. How do you spell that? Snake, pen. Enneagram. I'll look it up later and have a read what that is. Her face is turned an especially amusing shade of red. What do you think this thing
I'd
is?
say it's a water storage tank.
It's totally full of water.
The stuff on the shelves looks like it's mostly bread, maybe a few pastries, but no panties.
Just a whole bunch
Clover
of
was
it.
right that there's a lot, though.
Looks like they live here for quite a while.
I'd have to agree.
Isn't that because you can do tests online to get your Enneagram type and therefore figure out which character you're most like? Well, there you go, there's something for you to do. You just know what these character types are like. You can do the wee Enneagram test and see who you actually like. What do you think this place is for?
Maybe it's where they quarantine sick people.
Didn't we tell you about Radical 6?
I guess that story
did.
really was true.
So the reason they've got all this food and water so they can keep infected people here. That's ridiculous. I'm not infected with some weird ass disease. You don't know that, Sigma? I'm gonna spend the rest of my life locked up in a metal box.
Me either. Giving us food is all well and good, but no spare underwear? That's unforgivable.
Obviously, I shouldn't look up the connection. Well, I wouldn't look up that connection, but I could look up what that test is and then just write that down and I can do it later.
Seriously? How long are you guys going to keep making fun of me for that?
A while, Clover. Right, I need to search the room. Let's see how long. Here's a propaganda about salt being bad is not using enough as well. It's just like anything. And every time somebody's like, oh, this is bad for you, like, is it? Is it? Right, we have an empty container. It says basic water. Supposed to be basic water in here. I've got another one. And another one. And another one. Pages from a day on the calendar. Blue ones are Saturday and the red ones are Sundays. So the black numbers are weekdays. Listen, as long as you get everything in moderation, you're all good. Whereas some places like you need to cut out this and you can't cut it out. You need everything. You just need all that stuff. They put me on salt pills at the start of the treatment. Sound minging. Just it sounds like they just taste disgusting. Right, so you know what? I'm going to write these down. 5 whoop. 11. The thing with salt and the average person is there's too much salt in food in general, so we're probably taking too much in general. No, Coty's didn't taste well, that's good. It's really hard to kind of figure out what is a good balance for them, because like you said, there is too much salt generally. Top was empty. There's probably more boxes, so probably these. So this is off. Okay, right. Oh, wait. Something in the drawer. Help piece. Remember to check all the drawers. Oh. What? Why is this? Why is there so many A's? Warm drawer. Douglas tells me to salt my water bottles in the summer to prevent fainting. So it's like just salt water. Don't know about anyone can tell what's a good balance would be constant test. If you feel good, you've got it. If you don't, that's pretty much it. Isn't it? It's all just, it's annoyingly just trial and error. We got an empty beaker. We have, oh, button parts. I thought that was a lid to the beaker. Kind of want to buy a salt like hospital, or like salt, like a cube, like a salt cube. Salt's amazing blood pressure regulator. As long as it's done in moderation and done properly. I don't know what this thing is. It's full of ice cubes. It's just ice machine. An industrial ice machine. So it handles. I wonder if we can lift it open. No, so it's locked. There's a bit down here. What? I think you probably need a complete button. Oh, a complete button. Let's combine that with this. Button. There we go. That's a me thing of dying. Loads of pills of lower blood pressure, but only a few to raise it. And then when you get salt pills, it's like you think. By everyone tune this as a tune. Good tune. The second meds actually raised mine enough to prevent problems. Nice. And at least they don't taste like salt, which is a massive bonus. And pushed. So we have unlocked it. So it's supposed to open, but there is nothing inside. There's no hinge, just one huge lid. So inside that ice cube. How about dropping it through the hole? It's a square hole down here. I think you just need to slide the cube in and out. You can slide the ice cubes by clicking and dragging the mouse or using the arrow keys. Move the ice cube with something in it to the hole in front. You can slide 4 of the ice cubes, but there is a limit to the number of times each one can be moved. Okay. Right. So, up. I'm gonna fuck this up already. That's it. Fast and that. Do that again. Yeah, fuck that. I was muted. Damn it. Yep. I forgot I'd moved my arrow keys is the thing. What's it called? What is it called? Right, that should be it. I'm just gonna have to click. Because I've obviously used the arrows for muting the mic for the Final Fantasy run when the voice mod is on. Because I'm an idiot. Right. Do that. Right, let me actually pay attention and stop moving stuff randomly. So I put that there, down there, that gets locked in. I need to get something locked here. No. I need to get something locked in this bit here. How do I get all around in there? That in place, let's hook that up, that's good. Cool. Yep, done. So I need to walk back, right? So if I can get this card to here and then drop down, but I need something there. If I did that, that's not gonna work, that's gonna go down. That's locked in place. You know what? I can come back to that. I'm going to explore the rest of them first. There's a lot of pre-packaged food. There's a bunch of instant coffee and boxes of tea. Boxes of tea. I will go back to that. Just let me do it. Let's put a cabinet back in the palace. It's really hard to get to. It's got a sliding door. And a binder. Found a nutritional management chart and nutritional balance chart. You can view them in the archive. Where is that? Box lunch nutrient balance, right? So we're probably going to need that for something. Okay. Yeah. Uh-oh. N. So it's a red button that keeps the wheels in place, so we can unlock it and move things. Okay, so can we move things? That, unlock that. That's a chart that recommends you feed people. Aye, not any balance stuff, it's just top it says else, salt, salt, salt. And we have a pH test. pH scale. A pH detection chemical. Which that went? Yep, neutral. Is that alkaline acid? No what? Not even water. It's just salt. So this is the left one. It's a sliding door, but I can't get it open. Okay. So the drawers. How many are there? 366. I'll be tried by the end of the week. You just look like a prune or something. 4 sections, each row is number 1 through 14. So 14 rows in each section. Columns labelled with the letters A through G, so they get 7 columns per section. 4 sections means 28 columns. Yep. Each section has a few spots where there aren't any drawers. Well, specifically there are 26 of those spots. So 14 times 28 minus 26, which is 366. Of course, it's pretty simple stuff. Take your word for it. So we can't get to those ones. So can't do any of these drawers yet then. Nope, trying to turn the camera around. We have a calendar. There's something written in the back of it. The day the man was abducted. Okay. We need to type something. Enter the most appropriate option in the blank area and press the check button. Oh. that's not it. Let's read the information. Keep doing that. Let's see, calendar. First half of the year. Cool. On the second half. The day the man was abducted. So we had, whoops. So we had 4 dates. No, we didn't. We had 5 dates. This is January. So the 13th and the 1st. So if 11th, 11th, blue is Sunday. So this is Sunday. And that's Saturday. 13th is Thursday. When does it jump to? The 27th of the 3rd. This is January, February, March. 27th is a Monday. Don't think it's really matter much today. I mean, they probably will. Yeah, they say blue is Sunday, red is Saturday. All this. January 13th, blah blah blah. I was sure that was what they said. I wonder how far back I can go. And the slide doors and the cubes. Blue ones are Saturdays, red ones are Sundays. You are right, and I am an idiot, Si. Also, it's written in the capture, like, I like the stuff the robots can't read. Just force everyone stuck in here with you to read it and see if more robots. That's a good shout. So, reds are Sundays. Blues are Saturdays. I don't even know why I'm looking at that, I'm meant to be looking at this. That's Sunday. I said blues are Sunday. I mean, it's still Thursday, so these are all Mondays. 27th, like the 7th. That. So that's Sunday. 30th is Friday. Wait. I'm on the wrong month, that's why. So 30th of July, Sunday. And then 11 Saturday. Yep. Sunday would make 0. Sunday, Monday. I'm an idiot. Right, so the day the man was abducted. The man. So, if it was a like what they're talking about, he said Christmas Day. Crash, how has it gone, pal? Crash, scream. Is the bot going to work? There it is. It works. We shake the icon. How's it gone, pal? How was Final Fantasy? How far did you get? Did you finish it? You have arrived. Let me try to do some puzzles. Don't know what I'm doing. Don't know what I'm doing. Wait. 12 months? No. This is it. done nearly all the optional dungeons, which was not the plan. It never is the plan, is it? Never is the plan. All I had Levine left to get in requires 3 dungeons. Yeah, that was going to take you up to what? Midnight? No. No, that's alright. Let's get Leviathan. We also saw some content I'd never done before, so that was nice. Nice. This is not anything. It's not anything. Just gonna have to go back. Pull the water. Yeah, cool. We've got Leviathan, blasted through them, just killed so many bosses here. Considering when I left you were doing ridiculous damage, I can't imagine you're doing any less at that point. Oh. Stop moving. Stop moving. Basic water, neutral water. Neutral is 0. I thought basic would have been that. So we've got our basic water. Destroying everything, but we'll see how the void goes. Confidence part I can take on the super bosses, also be doing them too. See, I'm quietly confident my team's going to be able to take on the super bosses. If I can get my dark matter, which I know how to get easily, no hassle, I'm laughing. Because I could easily grind for a little bit and get 99 dark matter. Looking forward to that point. We got the neutral. And we want acidic. So, God, there's been so much that's happened. So much. I thought we were getting an ending today. But, basic water, just like me. Berserker's stupid at dual wielding chick knives is bad. To be fair, we were only meant to be able to get one. So, we got a kind of ending, but it's like, oh, how can we save them? And then it ended, so we jump back. So we're blasting through this, So we got some basic water. I can't remember what order they might go in. Might go in any order. And that probably should. I cannot wait to get those chicken knives because they are going in that ninja. And they're going to be so overpowered. It's going to be good. Granite fuel has small glass bottle in the stream. Yeah, get some food. Get yourself properly fed. Crash, come on. But I'm looking forward to ninja with chicken. Yes, it's going to be good. I think I'm a wee bit away from that, but you know, I can blast through it enough. Right, so it's not letting me put boxes up here, so I need to find some boxes. It's partly for the that it should still show up there. Oh, I haven't updated it. That is a good reminder to update the party. So cheers for that, because I need to add in chemist. Party. So cheers for that. I will get chemist in for Tuesday. So we've got a basic water. That doesn't show up yet. We have a draw. Wait a minute, these are all matching up with the calendar here. So hold on. Fucking memo, keep doing that. Maybe a Master Ninja and your intended Mystic Knight. I think I'm just gonna try and max out my jobs for everybody. So just totally break the team. Because we've got that. We've got one place I can farm for job points at this point, so we're all working that tomorrow and Tuesday during the day. We'll get it. We're going to break this team, and we are going to embarrass the bosses instead of me being embarrassed for a change. So 13th, second row here. So wonder if can't click on them. It's not going to let me. Fully expect Mega and Shinryu change. Oh, I will, don't you worry. Don't know. Don't you worry, I mean, I don't know. I know. Don't you worry. Enjoy the luck, pal. Don't know why, but Charlie will only eat with people watching him now. I mean, that's what he likes, and fair enough. Wait a minute here. The little creep. Well, would that not make Charlie making yours be creeps? So that's how it seems. So I'd want the roll, just for argument's sake. Hod up. Hod the bus. So 13, so second row. Second row, 5 in, 1, 2, just write this down. So we want 1, 2, 3. What would it be? A3. And then go to March the 27th, which is bottom row, which is 1, 2, 3, A14, and then 5, 7. No, 7, 5 even. Which is that 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 7 down, which is 4, 5, 6. So that row A 7. Then I'm getting it, man. I am getting it. 30 of 7. 1, 2. Oh wait, 1, 2, 6. Shit, missed it. Not gonna listen to an elderly dog's eating sounds. Nah, you're alright. Oh, Fireball whiskey is so nice. Oh, Fireball whiskey. Yeah, maybe you're gonna need that to deal with having to listen to an elderly dog's eating sounds. So we're on 1, 2. So we're on the next section, which is 7, 8, 9. Again, row A. Was it 6 down? 6 down. I take my mind. Yeah, absolutely would. I don't think anyone would blame you. Oops. Was it 11? 11. Just the last row. 1, 2, 3, 6. So then 10, 11, 12. G 6. Right. Let's see if I got this. So 1, 2, 3. E3. That's 1. Look at the shelves. We got a box. And then 1, 2, 3, A, 14. No. Have I miscounted? Out of that. Unless I need to take this out. So, let's check that again. I think it was 27. Oh, it will be. Oh, that done wrong. Seventh, B14. That's why. 1, 2, 3, B14. That's that one. And now the drawer opened. So we can just put them all in and pick them up. 4, 5, 6, A, 7. Nice! We are getting this. Hold up. Right, okay. 7, 8, 9, A6. That. Another draw. And then the last one. 10, 11, 12. Like a G6. That makes 5. Got them all. So that. And that. And this. And that. Thank you very much. Right, so we got all boxes. Can't do it with these, can I? No. I need to put these in here, but I first need to look at nutritional balance chart. So they've all got different colours, and there is different colours here. I guess there's... Okay, so it's literally just, it's going to decide where they go. Click the wrong direction. Then let's this box was pretty sad, didn't it? It's just in a box. I mean, that's maybe what spaghetti bolognese. It just looks sad, man. It's not even going to taste right. They called it, so I don't need to figure it out. I thought I'd have to have it selected and then click on the right box rather than just the box. Let's see. Basic water. Basic water. Acidic. Neutral. Now what? I thought we let it rip, but so I'm still missing something. Some distraction. My bad playing. I think still need to do something with it. Still need to get this on. So it looks like a card slot. So we need to get a card. Oh, we need to get a card. Right. Yeah, I've not done the eggs yet. I'll do that, and this, and that. Damn it. Need to get to the gym leader. Up, on. Okay, that doesn't do that. so that can move 3 times. That was close. We're doing it in this way. So that moves 3. 2. 2. Fucked it. One, two. That would only get it there. Geosai. It's going to be one of those. That's really simple. Yeah, it's going to be really simple. I'm trying to work backwards, right? So if I can get that one. If I can't get a block to stop there though. So it's not actually going to make any difference. Shit, only moves 2. I need that one and that one swapped over. Oh, I keep doing that. No, this won't be the darts again. No, it actually might be the darts again. Shit, it's 2. I keep forgetting it's 2. It only moves 2. Try this. Didn't need to do that. Okay. One, 2, 3. Gets me fucking nowhere. 4. Right. But it was 20, fuck's sake, 20 seconds. If I can get a block. Stop here. Which I can't fucking do that though. Can't move that. Let's see if I can do it again. 3 stops there, cool. Hate these, man. Hate these. It's not that many moves. That just does not fill me with confidence at all. Looking at that. As soon as I've done it, I fucked up. I feel like I need to get a block either here or here. I'm not even sure how to do that. This is ridiculous, man. I feel like if I get a block to stop here or here, and I can get the card to drop down, I can move it into the box. It's not like I'm going to get in and stop here. It does require a lot of thinking, but well, I'm going to be here a while then, aren't I? Right. Okay. Do that. It's gonna lock. Cool. What's your point, Si? Shit. Nah. Just 1, 2. Wait, that was 3. 3 is interesting. Point 3 is very fucking interesting, isn't it? That part's definitely true. Knowledge about Iron Brew. I have a fair amount of knowledge of Iron Brew, eh? No, it's going to freeze onto it here. Fuck off, man. I don't know what I said. Quite oily. Unless, right, what does it taste like? Because there's no right answer for that. I don't get having puzzles. I'll keep going until I get it, or unless you tell me. So 1, 2. Right, so that's 3. 1. That's 2. That's 2. Right. Cool. Wait. 2, 3. And 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. It tastes like Iron Brew. I mean, there's an argument about what it tastes like. Some people taste the same mouthwash. It's like tutti frutti, bubblegum, all that kind of. It's a whole. It just tastes like Iron Brew. That's what I mean. No. Let me try and figure this out. That's going to do that. It's not locked in place there though. Fuck this. I fucked it again. I'll do that. That locks, but as soon as I move that, locks in place. And there's absolutely no way I can get that anywhere. And if I go up, then it's fucked. Down. That's 1, 2. There we go. Got it. I got it. I need the video. Figured it out. Even with that, I just created misinformation. Connected misinformation is fine. We got the block with the visit ID, which select draw with the X. Wait. So then draw back inside. And it's warming up. See, I got it. Literally waiting for ice to melt. Cool. Sounds like it's done. And we got our visitor pass. Which is gonna go in here. Oh, or not. Says something. Content of acidic water vessel incorrect. Please rectify. Content of neutral water vessel incorrect. Neutral water vessel. Okay. Don't want it, but then shut the drawer. Okay, just leave it on. Yeah, I need the card back. Okay, right, so I combine. I can't combine those, so I'm going to need these back. I thought to take those things that are wrong back, like these. Wait, it said neutral. Can I verify presence of acidic water vessel? Please rectify. Neutral. Or basic. Okay. Right. Put these back, see what it said. That. If I keep clicking the fucking wrong direction. Right. It said. Content of acidic water vessel incorrect. Neutral water vessel incorrect. Right, so acidic and neutral are wrong. So take these. Wait, neutral's wrong. There's something up with this then. Stop that. Use the water machine and assume drawing PS. Yep. That is on me. Grab this. So. Why did I empty that when I wanted to pH test it? Fucking idiot. Oh, right. Let's combine. This. Cannot combine. Okay. Because I don't combine them. I use this. This ain't basic bitch water apparently. Now I can combine. Water filled beaker. So that is green. Drop 5-10 minutes to cool off the phone. I'll be right back. Not a problem, Monica. So neutrals. The heat is overheating everything. I'm fucking surprised, man. Go cool down, let your phone cool down. Just take as long as you need. Yeah, but water in the beaker. Fucking idiot. So that is. Let's see. Like that green. So if that's broke. And if I do this. That's mixing the waters into it. Don't know if that's mixed the waters or just. Oh, fuck, I've done it again. Alright, dumps the water first. Because I don't even know what I was thinking. Right, so that's that green. That's that then. So 0. It's a puzzle made out of car, but tell me about it. No, we don't need to look at those darts. Like, that looks like the right green colour now. Sort of yellow green. Go by the pH colour, looks like the pH of this solution is 6. So I got the 0 button. So if you push the plus once, you get 7. Didn't look like the right colour. It didn't completely fuck over. So examine. pH is 7. Doesn't the colours look the same, but you know what? Fine. Okay, so if we go back, dump that, and just add that in. Okay. So I was in the game devs don't, but I know there's very few that have got like a I keep doing this. Colorblind option when it seems like they all shit. It's like an absolute basic. Combine with this, please. pH 9. Like Anna, because I went the wrong fucking way, hadn't I? Like an idiot. Fill that up. Combine this, please. The button from deep red appears to be a water with pH of 3. So we want it to be 4. So do this. I actually have a lot of thinking about making a game. Well, yeah, you must do. It's water, don't need water. This. pH of 4. So, should be able to do this. So I don't know, it sounds really bad. I don't know how common colour blindness is. There's obviously still a factor for people. Oh, there we go. Functioning by the text will go. It's rearranged the order of the ration boxes so they match these values by dragging a box over another one. You can swap them. Right, let's give it a shot. Right, that is what we're going to need. So that one. It's A, B, C, D, E. Which is different levels. It's common. So it's like 1 in 12 men and 1 in 12. That's really, really common. That's more common than I thought it was going to be. Oh. So yeah, it should probably be something that's taken into consideration. Zarek, the game has gone alright. I've not actually needed any help with puzzles so far. Well, actually I have needed to be told to examine the pH scale, but I've not needed any answers, so it's going alright. I'm ending up seeing, I do know that it's passed through the mum side, because my dad's is colourblind, but me and my brother sister don't have colour blindness because it's not on my mum's side, which is quite interesting. But the weird thing is though, my sister's pregnant, so my wee nephew could have colour blindness if it's passed through that, if she has gene colour blindness. We got one ending. I can't show you right now, but we did get one kind of ending where it looked like it was only Sigma that was going to get into a room, and he's thinking about how can I save Phi and K, and then it just stopped. So obviously we're going back and trying to find some more information for that ending. So a kind of ending. Right, so So B is, hold on, write this down. So A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 orange. 10 red. 8 green. B is 7 orange. 9 red. 4 green. How are the pictures, Derek? How was Elemental? Should have asked that. That was very fucking rude. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. 8 orange. Orange. 10 red. 9 green. D is 2, 8. 8 orange. 11, 10, 9. E is, what's that? 1, 2, 3. Nine orange, 10 red, 10 green. Anyway, right. Let's catch up. Change the back. Right. Oh wait, that's again. My dad is colourblind, but his daughter, isn't. Brother is. Aye, so it does skip, which is a really weird way of that. It's good the game has a couple of colour lock options though. In this or Splatoon, you mean? Imagine if I know you went to see if you went out. You actually went to the cinema, came back and was still here. Usual Pixar movie with the whole lamb last lunch. That's all you want. Everyone's happy. Probably end up checking that out at some point. Splatoon recall a lot, cool. Thank you. We're using the final Splatfest at Splatoon 2 because I couldn't take up for some reason. Sometimes that just happens, doesn't it? You could easily get a flight over, join Zarek to the pictures, and I would still be here by the time he's got back. A little colour seeing genes in an X chromosome. Very good. Monica, welcome back, pal. Welcome back. Phone is cooled, which is good. I hope you have suitably cooled down as well. So men get fucked over just for being men. You know, it's about fucking time, innit? It's about fucking time. Right. So how is that swap them over? Let me come out of that. So that's okay. Oh, that's how I swap. Right, okay. I see now. So I swap that. It doesn't do anything because that's not the one I want to swap. So B, we need 2 more orange. Oh. No, that's red. I really don't see what's changing here. I think I'm missing something here. Oh, you just... That's what I'm missing. Fuck all the other men but me, I decided. So, you know what? You do that better. You do. My brother thought I had green plates for years before we ever mentioned them. I had to point out them. Oh. Your brother. Okay, so... Orange block. 1. God, there's so much to write down. Right. So we need... What do we need? For B, we need 7 orange. Okay, so we need to take away some orange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, so line's 10, that's good. Lose 1, gain 1. Nutrients is important. We of course laughed for a reasonable amount. Fair. Absolutely fair. Especially because this channel recently used to paint a lot. Although Columbine Folk can paint, it's just more vibrant. You would think that because especially if the colours are, if they see them dulled or like greyed, it's going to look. That is quite interesting how they'd see it and then how we see it. While when they're painting. I might look it up actually. Right. Oh, I thought I was in nutrient information. Right, so we need less fat, more carbohydrates. No, we need less protein. Done it again. I keep thinking then the fucking thing. Right, so shift that. So 7 orange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Still too much. 9. We've got enough protein. We've got too much fat. So if we remove this with that side, that's nice and even, but far too much. So send that back. Right, so we want less fat. Six. Wasn't there a one who saw extra colours? Started painting what you saw? I don't know. Maybe I'll looking up. Usually I'm generalising, but if colours mix for you, you're going to be using one that are most obviously different. That's insects. Just seen insects. Right. Oh, I cannot reset this. Right, nutritional information. So, let me write this down. Okay, so we've got oranges. 1 orange. Green. Okay. And then blue equal to 1 orange. Blue. Green. Just bear with me 2 seconds. There's probably a much easier way to do this. Purple goes 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, right. This one I can come out of is right. Okay, sorted. So there's a lady Google told me. She's a big bug in her dress, like, oh, like the lad from Men in Black. Yeah. She's posing with a bird and it's not pecking at her. So she's not a bug, but a mantis shrimp. If the bird's ignoring her, maybe not a bug. Right, so A's got 18. 8. That's so A's fine. B is what we need to worry about. If we swap these back just so the right. So this is all wrong. That's fine. It's not a bug, she's a feature. Well fucking done. Well done. That was good. I like that. So, oh, we don't. Damn it. I meant to add a round of applause thing for that. I'll get that added, but you deserve a round of applause, Si. Well done. That was good. Right, so we need 8 orange. So we get another purple in. 5, 6, 7, 8. That's too much, but we can remove this. this. Not with that one. Oh, these are way too much. Way too much. Right, what has 0 key? So, chuck in a couple of these. Take that out. I mean, this seems like a pretty crappy dinner, but too much carbohydrates. We need 7 of those. Take a purple and add in the blue. 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 4. Add in that. No, that's too much again. Need a wee bit more protein. So that's, these are 210. So we need these. Nah, damn it. Please don't applaud that. That deserves applause. It deserves an applause. That is looking very sad for these people. Too much. So if we just take it, both of these, that's what I should have done. Right, so C, 8, 10, 9. We are on to 6, 7, 8, 8. To lose 1, lose 1. So we need to lose 1 red. Keep the carbohydrates to where they place with yellow. Yellow? Oh no, wait, that's looking at the wrong one. And 8. Oh, we're on 8, 10, 9. So we need to lose 1 bit of protein. That's shut that way up. I need to gain 1 bit of fat. So blue adds in 2 bits of fat. Orange adds in 4. So we swap that with that. Too much carbohydrates. That's stuff puzzles. Nope, I'm just doing the math as I go. So we've got orange. Chuck in 2 of these. 1 with high carbohydrates, purple. So we need 1 more fat. So purple is 3, 1, 2. Could change it. Nope, not that one. Blue. 8. I need 1 more and 2 more of these. So yep. Purple, which I'm right back to where I started. Yep, so ditch that. Ditch that. That's all equal. Can't even spell Pokemon, what do you mean? Oh, because it doesn't have the wee accent above it. I'll change that then. Yeah, I never said I was a speedrunner puzzle man, did I? Get them done. So it's too much protein, too much fat, too little carbohydrate. So if I switch that one with, that's too much. That's that one. And then we've got 8, 11, 9. 8, 11, 9. So we can chuck out a couple of these. Right, so the high protein one gone, so blue can get ditched. Orange 11, so that's coming up to 1 past. I need to get 2 drop that. Cool. So swap. One more, one less, one less. Couple, see, it's fine. That's when it's something with one more protein and one more fat, but no more carbohydrates, which isn't any of them. One less, one more. I just added in the blue, which is 1, 3, 2. So if we get orange is too much, possibly a yellow. Don't have another yellow though. So, bit too much, bit too much. Also, no, yeah. Spelling is, I am atrocious. Atrocious at spelling. That is unfortunately never going to change. I think I'm at that point where if the spelling just hasn't stuck in my brain, it's gone. It's just gone. 9, 10, 10. There we go. That's the one. What are you good at? Not a lot, to be honest. Not a lot. Good at talking shite. I'm good at, yeah, that's it, I'm good at talking shite. Being kind and Zarek, you're too kind. I have to give up my hope spell. I rely far too much on spell check. It's just Summit spell, I was reading a bit of my old blog, fucking mistakes. It's just bad. They'll creep up on you, man. Nice. Right, so that's star, sun, sun. Star. Sun. Worst thing is when I called someone the wrong name, part 8. Oh no, that's not the gold one. Shit, it's not the gold one. Right, so I'm assuming the gold one is in here. What else do I need? What else have I got on me? Beaker and the pH solution. Nothing else in here. Yeah, still, I think if I haven't picked that up, I should be fine. But genuinely, there's nothing I've missed that I can see. Oh, actually no. I can't get to the shelves. Won't even look. Right, so I can't get to this shelf section. The day the man was abducted, apparently. Oh, wait. Day the man was abducted, so if I do this, where's the thing? 25th, so that is December. That is 10, 11, 12, B13. There we go. Screen's blue. It's probably the safe password. Set that time. Right, well, let me look at it. Star, moon, sun. Star, moon, sun. Star, sun. Let me go before I forget. Star, moon, sun. There we go. Okay, it's been seen as the man, I know. Oh, we got it. That's pantry. Cool. Not secret, that's one like twice cooked pork Szechuan dish. It is made with pan frying pork, cabbage, bell peppers, and green onions with doubanjiang or mianjiang for flavour. Paella with Spanish dish where one cooked rice cooks with an E. Is that right? Rice, meat, seafood, and vegetables. No space in and vegetables. That's gonna annoy me. A shallow pot seasoned with saffron. Nasi goreng, an Indonesian dish made with pan-fried rice seasoned with sambal, kecap manis, and terasi. Schnitzel, a German dish. It's made by mixing together meat, flour, eggs, and breadcrumbs, and frying mixture and butter, all lard. Cooks with an E was right. Fair enough. These are all just a lot of different dishes. Words 03 says before he leaves at a few variations: have a nice trauma, have a nice trace, have a nice trumpet. An emerging religious organisation with a rapidly growing membership. Some figures claim the congregation numbers over a million in countries across the world. The original organisation called itself Free the Soul of Y. Later dropped of Y and simply Free the Soul. Planning on going a little bit longer. I'm going to finish up. Oh shit, I'm going to finish up pretty soon. I thought it was 6:30. It is 10:07. Right, so we've got Free the Soul religion. Some information isn't relevant to the game. The bracelet. Okay, it's not relevant. Right, let me just. Someone's nice takeaways arrived. Right. You know what I'll do? I think I'll save here before I take all the other stuff, and then we'll start the next stream of this with getting the stuff and going on, and then progressing the story because we are here. Right. So yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll save it here. Right. We'll save it there. Did not realise the time. That's good. But that's some good progress. We've got the horrendous part out of the way. The worst part out of the way. So next time it's going to the start is just going to be story. I'm assuming it's not going to have any more escape. Possibly an escape here. Don't know. Probably not though. Slowly and surely progress. I'm making more progress now than I was in this first run. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. I'm pretty good. I know I saved it, but I'm going to do it again. Solid. Making progress. Making solid progress. Much better. See, I'm earning that description title. So let's exit that. Let's head to here. See, I knew I was going to forget to do something. If I hide the chat for this, you can now see the new ending screen that shows off what I've got. Rather than me trying to remember, you can see what's on for the week. So this is the week coming, and I'll update this every Sunday. No, the wee tent sleeping, so no tomorrow morning. But see if you look very, very carefully at Kay, you can see the breathing. But yeah, I thought this would be easy. Rather than me try to remember, and me constantly say, this date, remember this date, blah blah blah. You can see. So this will be updated every Sunday for what's happening. I am off next Monday, so that will change depending on what we get through on Final Fantasy. Might start changing Monday mornings to no-name games just to get through them a bit. And I tend to do pretty well with puzzles when I'm like kind of half awake. But let's see, is anyone on? Let's have a quick swatch because right. You know what? Manlin's on, so we can go and see some Batman. I know you're all away to dinner. I'm away to dinner. But we can drop in the Man Launch, see how he's doing, playing some Batman Telltale series. But yeah, thank you all for being here. Crash, thank you for the raid. Much appreciated. Thank you for being here for the chat. At least today, I didn't annoy you as much with the try to do the puzzles, so that's a win, and that will continue. Luckily for you, but always a pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday nights, whatever you're up to. More along for the raid, just at least say hi, man. He's good folk. He's good folk. But enjoy your dinner, enjoy whatever you're up to. I'll be back on Tuesday with some more, with some more Final Fantasy, Full Job Fiesta. Yeah, I will catch you all on the next one. See you later. That button didn't work. That's good. Cool. Let's try that again. See you later.